Welcome to 7-Sided Carpathian adventure. Travel back 700 years to the early 1300s. Castles like this dot the countryside. The Hungarian Empire, or Carpathian Empire, is at its zenith. The nascent Ottomans are on the rise, but neither Holy nor Roman nor an empire, Holy Roman Empire, battles within. England and France fight one another. As the Templars recede into history, the Teutons are on the rise. Welcome to the Carpathian adventure. This was a great hall. There would have been a roaring fire. It would have been adorned with Gothic windows. This might be where our adventuring party might gather. Let's meet them.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Zyman Val. I ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Balder, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I am Mikolash, a monk from Romania, and sometimes too curious for my own good. My scars tell only part of the tale. Having witnessed cannibalism in my village, as a child I fled, never to return. On my own, I stole from others to survive. A monk caught me and offered me a better way, but I abused their kindness. Now I walk alongside the Champions of the Sun. Will they be my own undoing? Or have I finally found the path I was meant for?
I am Borinth, the Cave Bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger. And with the Champions of the Sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect, and, more importantly, my trust.
Welcome to the Carpathian adventure. Welcome, I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Brian's trying to put his figure on the table. You can do that. You can lean in. If you see a head and an arm, a big yellow head and a big arm, reach in. That's Brian reaching in. Some of us are military, others are in construction, still others retail managers. A few are in IT. We're parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We'd like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter followers, as well as our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch, please like on YouTube, and of course, please subscribe on YouTube. I think we're up to like 380-ish YouTube subscribers and about 430 some odd followers on Facebook. That's awesome. We appreciate every single one of you. If during the stream you follow on Twitch or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. During the stream, some of us are watching Twitch. I have it on right behind the DM screen here. Please feel free to comment or ask questions. While live, we will endeavor to interact if the opportunity presents itself. To all of our subscribers, thank you. What's happening in the campaign? The party is building strength and gathering allies to defeat a powerful vampire named Bayuk Osman Ghazi. In their effort to do so, they are collecting parts to create a powerful magical weapon. A series of battles and a siege later, they acquired the Heilige Lanza, or the lance head from the Spear of Destiny. The DM, that's me, believes they are now in search of at least 2 other parts, perhaps a staff and a power source, and maybe something that binds those parts together. The party spent the last 2 sessions in the caverns off the crypts under the Mines Cathedral. They were hoping to find a path from under the cathedral to the Drususstein monument that is supposedly in the center of an ice lake just outside the city. Bishop Frederick of Mines agreed to let the party tear down a wall at the end of the cathedral crypt that blocked off something beyond for a, quote, measly 250 gold and all items found beyond. The party busted down the wall, discovered the caverns, and ventured forth. Excuse me. At the beginning of the last session, the party pressed onward deeper into the dungeon. Stumbling on another large cavern, seeing skeletons and translucent apparitions, Simon immediately cast mage armor on himself. Mikolas charged forward and bashed away at several of them. Balder slid through the mud into battle and attacked one of the translucent invisible apparitions. The translucent creatures attacked Balder and Mattias, knocking them prone. With a gift from Barbarossa, Borinth was able to see the invisible creatures and attacked as well. In an effort to distract them, Mikolas created an illusionary image of himself and shadow-stepped away. Simon blasted still another with a firebolt, and it went limp, became somewhat more visible. Mattias got up and attacked still another, leaving it in a similar state. Balder spoke with the limp, now semi-translucent figure. He learned its name was, Tom wasn't being very creative at the moment, Ryan. And it had what it said was unfinished business. Borinth tried to speak with another, but its head started spinning around, spewing ectoplasmic vomit on him. Mattias ran up and slashed away at the abomination. Low on hit points, Simon tossed Mikolas a healing potion, which he quickly downed. Balder bashed another creature and proceeded farther into the cavern. He found a colder area with more solid ground. The remaining skeletons and translucent creatures weakly attacked. Borinth stepped forward and sliced away at 3 opponents with a wide, sweeping arc. 2 of the translucent figures were damaged, and a skeleton exploded in a dust cloud. Mikolas shadow-stepped across the room and punched away at a skeletal figure. It exploded as well. He then quickly moved across the cavern. Simon also dashed across the room through a thick skeletal bone dust. Mattias attacked still another skeleton, destroying it. Then, standing in the dust cloud, he took a defensive stance. Balder then let loose a series of blows on one of the remaining translucent figures. Mikolash let loose a flurry of blows, exploding the last skeleton. With the battle now over, at least for the moment, the bone dust from the exploding skeletons slowly settled, and the party found a large mound of gold chalices, and potions. Balder said, "I found a passage." Simon said, "I think this way looks good too." Mikolash said, "I'm standing on gold." After filling their pockets, they moved on. Traveling through narrow, clawed passages, the temperature dropped, and the party eventually came to a small space and a bend in the tunnel. There was another small gathering of skeletons at the bend, and another battle quickly ensued. The skeletons were weakly attacked the party. Borinth laid into them, destroying two, and then pushed farther on down the tunnel, leaving the party behind. Mattias destroyed a skeleton, leaving a cloud of bone dust, then walked into a wall. Simon dashed across the space, continuing down the tunnel to join Borinth. Balder followed suit and said, "Good luck storming the castle," to Mattias. Dashing past the skeletons, Mikolash tried to fly past the party members, but Borinth stuck out an arm and Mikolash comically spun around it. However, given how dexterous Mikolash is, he deftly landed on his feet. Mattias attacked and destroyed another skeleton in the dust cloud, then bashed still another with his shield, and then finally ran after the party. "Hey guys, wait up for me!" Pressing onward, the party came upon a bitterly cold open space filled with baddies, as Borinth called them. Borinth took up a guard position at the front of the group, and Mattias guarded the rear. A banshee in ethereal form flew among the party, howled and frightened Balder and Mikolash. The skeleton strode forward, attacked Borinth, and Borinth bashed him back, destroying it. Balder attacked the banshee, and Simon let loose a fireball in the cavern space, taking out every single one of the skeletons. Watch the DM cry. Mikolash used his monk-like talents to end the frightened condition, and Borinth strode forward and brutally damaged one of the ethereal creatures. Mattias pontificated a bit, go figure, and then attacked the banshee. The banshee howled and slightly damaged Borinth. Another attacked Mattias, and a third attacked Borinth again, hurting both of them. Balder attacked, damaging the banshee, and in the midst of the party, and Simon firebolted another. Mikolash then hit with a flurry of blows. Borinth struck in a wide arc, hitting two of the banshees simultaneously. One of them went limp. The banshee mournfully wailed. Mattias, Simon, and Mikolash dropped unconscious. Balder violently attacked, taking out two of the banshees. Borinth attacked the last standing banshee, destroying it as well. Whew, I got to shorten these in the future. Yeah. I apologize. There was a big battle.
Yeah.
These guys were left standing. There was another big battle. These guys were left standing. I know, I get carried away. Balder poured, quote, save juice, unquote, down Simon's throat. In the chaos, Borinth stumbled upon Mikolash and brought him up with a lay on hands. With his inner fortitude, Mattias stabilized himself. Having defeated the enemies, Borinth tried to negotiate with the ethereal creatures. In the chaos, no one noticed Balder and perhaps Mikolash leaning against a wall. Both suddenly fell through, disappearing from sight, although Mikolash might reappear here somewhere, I believe. I'm not positive. Edric, did I pronounce that correct?
Yes, sir.
Edric, for some reason, I don't know yet why, you're in the town of Mines. Near a cathedral, you find priests hurrying toward crypts. Town guards are with them. For some reason, you follow them to the crypts. Already present in the crypt on the right is a bishop. You probably see him out there. Several priests and guardsmen. They have set up a makeshift barricade of sorts at a partially destroyed wall. They are also bringing up supplies to close off the opening. Several of the priests and guardsmen have fallen and are being tended to. Peering through the hole on the opposite side of the crypt, Tom's going to take away some of your agency. You see a pile of broken and battered skeletons and others in a large opening in the wall. It's hard to read the expression on the bishop's face. Seeing you,
He starts to say something, but the adventurer in you gets the better part of you. Torch in hand, you rush past him, hurtling yourself into the beyond. Firing at skeletons with your bow, you make your way through the narrow, undulating taverns. It's a confusing chaos of twists and turns, knowing that this is not a time for subtlety. For whatever reason you ran in, you now plow headlong through skeletons that crawl forth from every nook and cranny. Like wasps crawling from a nest, they emerge from holes and walls in the ceiling, running through several chambers and wading through knee-deep skeleton bones. The dust rises. You cover your mouth to protect yourself from the bone debris. Prodding onward for several hours through difficult terrain, the temperature drops and you see torchlight ahead. We rejoin the party, guys. You are in a large tavern there. And gentlemen, you see Mattias. Oh, you're unconscious. Simon.
That was going to be my first question. Is Mattias still unconscious?
Mattias is at 0 hit points, I believe, unless something happened that I'm not aware of.
I am. And I'm talking to the ghosts or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
right?
I think I'm stable, just still unconscious.
I got you, Mattias.
Simon, you see a torch approaching from behind you. Edric, I will get it. Edric, you see a light source on a stone up ahead of you. Somebody holding it.
That doesn't look like a skeleton.
No.
Who goes there? My name's Edric. There was a priest and some guards outside, and
They sent you to help?
not exactly.
Simon, stop him. Stop him now. We have a man down. Stop him. Nobody comes in this room until we're ready for him.
Okay.
Do I see the?
Yeah, he's in front of me. Yeah.
I can help him. Just let me come in if that's all right.
Sure.
I rush up and I pull out my healer's kit, and then I pull out some bandages, some salves, and who is that again? I'm sorry, I'm gonna get names.
Mattias.
Mattias, you can. So I am doing an actual first aid on you. You can take 2 hit dice of healing, as well as +6 on top of that as well.
Okay.
You're like, okay.
And does that use his hit dice?
It doesn't use any hit dice.
Okay,
it's just
cool.
the amount of healing that it does.
Wow, cool.
It's
2d6 plus what?
+6.
So yours would be 2d10.
Yeah, so
So
you do 2d10. Your
2d10
hit dice
plus 6.
Plus 6.
Okay, then in that case, plus 6.
At least we can hear.
That's a 9, that's a 6. That's a 6, that's 20. 23.
23. You feel something. Well, you don't feel it. You're there, unconscious, and all of a sudden you're gagging and coughing, and you feel yourself coming back to life, and you look over you, and there's this figure hovering over you that you don't recognize.
Simon, we don't want to lose these ghosts here. We need to deal with them.
Aren't they just...
My
Aren't they a nut?
I think that they may be able to help us get out of here and get to Drusus. What was? Did I get a name from any of the ghosts? Remember?
One was...
I don't remember.
Ryan was over here.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
You rolled your dice.
No, what'd you say, Matty?
Mattias is now scrambling away. The demon from my nightmares! Beat away!
Edric, you heard that as you were hovering over him.
I step back. It's like, friend, it's all right. You're well. Like,
Squirming past me.
you're.
You think I've not heard that one before, Rash?
Did you just call me a wretch? That's
I
annoying.
know you're tricks, creature.
It's okay,
I've
you
fought
used
you
to
in
him.
my nightmares many a time.
he just
Mattias, he just saved your life.
Yeah,
Would you
but
stop yelling at
he
him?
just fought something that exists in your nightmares.
What are you doing here?
I saw bishops and
Am
guards
I-
running into the
So am I
cathedral.
not dreaming?
I don't think you're dreaming. If you're dreaming, then that means I'm dreaming, and we're all sharing a shared dream. And
You're very much alive, Maddie.
That has happened
Very
before.
much alive. It has happened before.
That wouldn't be that surprising.
yeah, but I don't know you guys, so why would I be dreaming about you?
Well, Mikolash didn't know us either, and we all shared a dream with him.
That was weird. I try not to think about that.
Well,
now.
there was that time with when I lost an eye, but
All right,
don't-
well,
let's not
Is
talk
he
about
still missing an eye?
who?
That
Marius?
was a very strange
No, I think he got
situation
healed.
that
How did he get
I
killed?
prefer to forget
I think.
for the shape of it.
I don't remember that.
I think we paid like.
I
clergy
turned
to do
I turned towards the newcomer. Apologies,
so.
I don't remember that.
good sir. I believe we have gotten off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, maybe a slight misstep, but not wrong foot. My name's Edric.
Battery Matias, at your service.
Oh,
You guys done socializing back there?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Some
gonna
of
go
us
up to the
actually
ghost,
feel the need to
like to the-
apologize when we've done something wrong.
Well, next time, don't do something wrong. Don't let a banshee knock you unconscious. And you'll be good to go.
Oh, that's what I did wrong, is it? Oh, yes, I see how it is.
Don't
Yes,
let it
the
take
fact that
all
we've
your
been
life
fighting
away.
nearly non-stop for a week has not... Well, no, we had a week's rest in between. But the fact that we were fighting nearly non-stop a week ago, and now this happened, entirely my fault. I see.
I'm gonna go up to the.
Remind me,
apparition.
whose homeland are we
Never
trying
mind.
to save again?
You see these four figures kind of floating in the air limply. They're hideous looking, a kind of a combination of a skeleton and what you can imagine as a ghost-like form. But they have color. They're ethereal, but they're also not invisible at the same time. They're hideous with purplish remaining bits of skin and eyes, and their mouths agape, and they're kind of hovering there and moving around the room at the moment. And it looks almost as if small bits of light are like migrating toward them and going into their body, so to speak, as if something is like bringing them back to some other state. Around the room, your torches illuminate the room, and because it's very bitterly cold in here, and you're bundled up. The light from your torches and your few light sources mirrors off the walls and makes the area inside bright light, and melded into the ice around you are skeletons. And they're not necessarily stiff, except for those that are completely embedded. So even where they stick up from the ground, you've got like an arm, like a head and an arm kind of like waving at you as you go by, and you can literally just step on them and crush them. But then there's like little holes all over the place where they're still trying to come out, but it's not as easy as the other rooms that you were in, because they're partially encrusted in ice and mud and what have you. What are you doing?
So I want to go up to the spirits. I'm going to be like, my name is Warren. We are the champions of the sun. We want to help you move on to the next realm. We understand that you have unfinished business here. We understand that you've been held back here against your will. We want to help you. We need to stop the person, the thing that did this to you. If you could help us do that, we can help you to pass on. I promise you there are better things beyond the state that you exist in now.
Roll a d6, and you're rolling a d3. So a 1, 2 is a 1,
One.
4. A 1. It says, you should be dead like me and the others.
I don't think he wants to help you.
So you enjoy being stuck here. You could be beyond with your friends. You could be whole again.
You could be one with us as well.
I will never be. I will never allow myself to get stuck.
His hands reach out to you, and it just kind of, it doesn't physically
I don't
touch
move.
you,
I don't
but
move.
it kind of like goes almost like as if
Yeah.
it's going through you. And he goes, you will eventually be down here somewhere, human.
I will not be held back. I will pass on.
You will be dead.
And do the rest of you feel the same way as this one?
You turn to which other one?
Which I don't know how many there are in front of us. No.
There, give me number 2 or number 3. Which?
The next one over. Whichever
The
one's
next one
two.
over. Its head continues to spin around, and it just
One was talking to us.
Blah!
Which one was talking to us?
That vomited all over Mattias.
No, there was one last week that was the last time
see
we heard that
that.
was talking to me.
And I just back up away from them because
There was one that was there was one that was talking to us about how to get to Drusus, and that there was the ice that was blocking.
Yeah,
the
that
way.
was number 4.
Okay, let's talk to number 4. That's the one I want to talk to.
You bypass number 3, and number 3's like, hey, dude.
No, that was not the one either. I didn't like that one either.
Hey, dude. You can, chill down
No,
here
not
for
that,
a
not
long
that damn soul from beyond the waste of time and life. The other damn soul.
They're really making me not want to help them at this point.
From that middle set of cards, hand me a middle card, please. The third one, Ryan.
That was from the that was okay.
Yeah.
That was in a different room.
Ryan, what? Don't touch me. But what do you want? Don't get too close.
I'm not getting too close. What I want to know is how we can get to
Put your
Drusus.
hands down.
How we can get to Drusus from
Don't raise the hand.
passive aggressive. I can't deal with these ghosts.
Don't raise a hand.
What's that stuff
Forget
going
it.
back
I'm
into
giving
them?
up. I don't even care at this point. I mean, really. Why can't we get a normal ghost around here to talk to? Are there any normal ghosts around here to talk to, please?
Are there any normal
Have there
ghosts?
ever been normal
Just-
ghosts?
I mean,
for us to talk to?
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather deal with the ghost with the most right now.
And he goes, Drusus is in his chamber beyond the lake.
Can we get to him from here?
Yeah, I do. You'd have to. We've tried to claw through here to join in the chamber, but he didn't like the way we were performing, so he chose not to raise any more of us, although there's thousands in here.
So you tried to get to him through these chambers that you've created here that we're in now?
Yes, and he didn't like our work ethic. So
Perhaps we can finish the job.
he left us.
That's what I'm thinking. Which way is it to Drusus? Which is the direction that you have not completed?
Well, all these passages you see here, we started digging in different directions.
Well, that's probably part of the reason is that you just kept making loops. You kept ending up right back where you right where you started.
Well, I said he didn't like our work ethic.
Which direction is Drusus in here? Is there any way to get to Drusus from here?
If you follow the cold, it might take you under the lake.
Okay.
Can I see where in this chamber it feels the coldest?
From when you came in through the crypts, it was warm, but then the temperature dropped to what you might consider standard crypt temperatures in kind of meta gaming, but in the mid 50s. And then as you descended farther and farther into the dungeon, the temperature unusually started to drop. Whereas normally from your brief adventuring experience, the temperature would, if anything, might slightly rise, not significantly, but actually slightly rise the deeper you go in depth. And this, or at least stay stable, but this temperature kept dropping and dropping and dropping. If you look on the map, where it is blue, it is cold and ice. Where it is brighter blue, it is the coldest. And the brighter blue and white, it is the coldest. Where it is brown, it is kind of a slushy, slurry mix of ice and mud, if you will.
So we're in the coldest area we've gotten to so far. Okay, so let's maybe explore a little here and see if there's any other passages that might lead further in. I mean, we know that they're unfinished. Colder. Yeah, I mean, so...
I really don't want to walk across the lake.
I don't want to walk across the lake either. I mean, I don't think that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
What, you don't think it's a good idea to cross the lake filled with hostile wildlife?
No, I don't think so. I mean, hey.
I can't imagine why.
I don't want to fight any more of those giant worm things or whatever that's in that lake. And he's going to see us coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Walk across the lake. Not that he probably doesn't know we're coming now, but... okay, so I'm going to just start... I'll say to the spirit, I'll say... and I'll motion, I guess, towards a certain one of these tunnels, and I'll just be like, is this the direction that Drusus is headed? It seems to be the coldest area.
I believe so. Can you swim through icy water?
I mean, can you? I don't know. I guess not.
I mean, you just have to go
Is
up.
it... Right, is it frozen? Solid? Or is it...
Why are you asking me?
I'm just pondering the questions.
I don't believe the lake is frozen solid at all. I mean, it's frozen on the surface, we're told.
I can breathe.
But we were hoping to dig through
Yeah.
until we found the lake, and then the water would pour in here, and we would then flow out into the lake toward Drusus's island.
I think we're walking across the lake. I got nothing else. I'm trying here. We can go and look in through the remainder of the tunnel, but I have a feeling we're walking across a frozen lake in a week.
Do we know how frozen the lake is?
Well, he just said it's not frozen solid.
Well, I'm more curious as to know how much ice there is.
Well, either way, if there's water on the bottom and then there's ice on the top, even if we get into the water, we're not guaranteed a way out through the top because it's going to be frozen. Even if it's thin ice, it's still not.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to walk across a lake if the ice is too drastically
We've
thin.
been on the lake before.
Okay.
It's just that there's a lot of things that come out of the lake to kill us.
I think I can get us out.
You think you can get us out of here?
If we
Straight up?
If we make a hole, I
Yeah.
can protect us from the water.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a matter of getting ourselves up the...
Okay. Well,
Do you think it'll drain down and we'll be able to take a passage up after that? That's what I'm hoping.
no idea. Maybe we'll just flow out like the undead. I don't know.
Maybe.
This is giving me a very bad feeling.
Now, this is gonna work, Mattias. This will work.
I
will put us in a protective bubble.
My utmost faith in you, Simon.
The water will rush in. We will float in the bubble because it has air inside of it.
Yep.
And we will rise to the top.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm all about this plan.
Okay.
It's a plan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we just got to find out which way to head. So I'm gonna head down the tunnel that I kind of gestured to. It looks like I'm gonna head down this way, maybe.
Okay.
Because that's like the bluest that I don't see a dead end.
Yeah, it looks pretty blue.
Okay. You venture down. Again, the temperatures precipitously dropped throughout this area. All of the corridors are very, very narrow corridors that rise and fall. And you noticed as you were coming down here, overall, gently going down, but it's not like a ramp. It's rises and falls and undulating, difficult terrain. In here on the solid surface, it's normal terrain. It seems to be consistently descending deeper. Unlike the other corridors, this area is bitter cold. The slurry mix is gone.
Cloak around me.
Yep.
You're examining the walls in torchlight and your light source, your light ball. You distinctly make out claw marks on all of the walls. The details are very discernible in the light itself. You go forth and you venture into that one tunnel, Borinth, and the rest of the party is following him?
Yeah, I'm following right behind him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you set up some type of marching order going off in that general direction. Let's see if I think I know where you're going.
I mean, I think this way is what I was talking about, because I don't know where else.
Yeah, that's where we're
Okay.
Oh, there was another one. Whichever, because I didn't know. I mean,
That looks bluer and colder than that. It looks, I don't know, to me.
okay.
As you venture on further up this one, it seems like it's getting slightly warmer going up
Okay.
in that
Maybe this
direction.
isn't the way. It's getting warmer.
Okay.
Should we go till we find an end, or should we turn back and see if there's another colder passage?
I say colder. If that's the
That's
goal.
what they said. So let's see if there's another colder passage.
So you turn around and you head back into the
Yeah.
the corridor.
Yeah.
As you do, you see some skeletons trying to claw their ways out of the holes. The apparitions that are floating there seem to be slightly starting to dim in how visible that they are, if you will, or not visible because they are visible. How translucent they are.
I'm gonna hack off any arms that I see hanging out as I go through.
You're bashing them as you go by them. You go, for the want of a better way, you go down that long corridor going toward Nick. So, if you will, down in that general direction. It seems like it is the most bitter cold. You eventually come to a point where it doesn't go any farther. You're at that far end, at that far corner.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Does it look like it's an ice wall in front of me, or does it look like it's a stone wall?
It's definitely
Or like
not
earth.
Stone. It looks like it's mud and ice,
okay.
kind of, but like solid.
Okay. We're not looking for that. I think we're looking for like ice, right? Try another passage, I guess.
While you're doing that, you're watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die, and we will be right back. Guys, I got it. You're watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die, and we rejoin the party in the caverns under the Mines Cathedral. I'm sorry about that, guys. What are we doing?
So we're kind of at the end of this
Yes.
cavern that we have deemed to be the coldest cavern? that
Sure.
we found?
I mean, there's no thermometer going on.
Right.
And it's like icy mud.
Yes. I mean, it's not mud. It's solid.
It's solid. Okay.
Yeah, it's more like frozen slush, I would imagine.
Yeah, but it's not
Like the
slushy
black
at
ice
this
that's like-
point.
Like what happens when slush melts and then refreezes.
First, we need to prepare ourselves because
At least that's what I'm getting. That's
who
the feeling
knows
I'm
how
getting. I
soon
might be wrong.
after it breaks free and we rise up that it'll be.
I don't know if
facing
anything's even going
things.
to break free here. We don't even know if we're under the lake or not, right?
We're gonna find out.
That's a good point.
All I'm saying is that perhaps we should take a moment to gather ourselves, bandage some wounds. I will try to commune with John.
Okay.
He will be able to heal us.
Okay.
I'm afraid we will pop up through the lake and be face to face with terror and.
Right. No, I get that.
And
Oh
not-
yeah. No. I
and
get
not
that.
be
Yeah.
prepared, so.
Yeah. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to do this. But let's.
Okay.
I
I have a
need
plan.
you guys need to rest.
I have a plan.
Okay.
I mean, I can also do a bit of healing as
Yeah.
well.
Yep. All right, so I'll
Oh, sorry.
go
Tom.
over and
Am I
sit
leaning too
down.
much?
Just you're not used to somebody not being on your other side.
Take my book out and start trying to connect with John through it.
While he's doing that, can I walk up to that wall, the ice and frozen mud, and just put my ear against it and see if I can hear like water moving behind it?
Sure. You go up to it and you put your ear against it, and as you do, what you have a torch in your hand. What are you using for a light source?
I do have a torch. I'm kind of holding it back away from the wall, just that way I'm not like having water drip down on me from it.
Yeah, you don't think that even if you did put it up, it wouldn't be like a suddenly a rush. The flame,
Yeah.
it's like holding it up to a block of ice. It's not going to instantly just collapse on you. But you go up next to it, and as you do, you look at it, and the walls are filled with, at this point, you don't occasionally see like a skeleton embedded in it, but not as frequently as you saw much earlier. At this point, you see almost like these kind of bizarre, twisted faces with large, open mouths, just kind of embedded in the ice at various points.
Okay, I'm not putting my ear up against it because I like my face.
Well, this is not going to be haunting my nightmares later or anything.
Yeah, I've heard some stories, but this is different. Yeah, I'm gonna back away from the wall a little bit.
Okay.
What do you say we take a little bit of a break here and we let Zyman do what Zyman's got to do?
Yeah.
How much of a quote break are you
Well,
taking?
it's 10. It's
Whatever
10,
he needs.
10 minutes. for
Whatever
me
time
to-
you need.
yeah,
Okay.
To switch personas with the book.
Understood. You guys are like guarded and watching about. You have a torch. You have your light source. Mattias, do you have a light source?
I thought this chamber was like.
It
more
is
well
bright.
lit.
I'm just trying to find out
okay.
who's holding
No,
what
Mattias
and
usually
looking
doesn't
around.
hold anything.
Okay.
No, I don't.
The chamber
I'm
itself
relying
is
on-
not lit. It's the light is reflecting off
Right,
of all
right.
the surfaces and
Right,
making
right.
it bright
Okay.
light. And you have a torch. I mean, if you were to extinguish all of your lights,
Yeah.
you suspect it would probably go
We have a
dark.
couple torches right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got
I guess
that.
I'll hold on to one.
Yeah, and I can always bring my lantern.
I got my favorite stone that I cast light on.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A few as you're going toward the end of your 10 minutes there, you can see like creatures starting to come out, and those ethereal forms there, the lights have been going toward them and kind of coalescing in them as they do. The 10 minutes have gone by, and these apparitional forms are slightly more coalesced than they were before, and there's a couple skeletons that are look like they're starting to climb out of the walls
Well, like
and so
I
forth.
said before, anything that's crawling out of the walls, I'm hacking at them.
But you're walking around bashing away at
I'm
them
not
and
letting
so
anything creep out on us like that. At least not with their arms.
understood.
So I rise up and you see Simon get up. He's moving a little slower. Matthias, give me your sword.
Yes.
I'm gonna go up to Zyman. I'm gonna put my arm on his shoulder and just be like, Zyman, who do we have? Is this Zyman? Who are we with right now?
It is John.
John.
I will help us.
Okay, John.
John. Right.
Thank you, John.
And you want my sword?
To help me stand, please.
It's okay, Mattias. He's an old man. We can always just take it from him. You'll be
Matthias,
okay.
Begrudgingly takes his sword still sheathed off his belt and hands it over.
Thank you, sir.
Very begrudgingly.
I grab the sword and in the ice at my feet I slowly carve the sign of the cross and I focus. And this radiant energy starts to pulse out. And a healing wave goes over everybody. So I get 60 hit points to disperse between everybody.
Okay.
Matthias, what are you at? Hit point wise? 20 something?
30?
I'm at 104,
So you're okay.
I'm pretty good. I mean, it helps for me to have a lot of hit points. So.
I'll give Matthias 30. Another 30 or 50?
I would give him
50
between
and
between the three of us. So give him a majority of it, and take whatever you need for you. I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay. I could always heal myself. I could always drink a potion.
All right, so say 45 hit points to Matthias, and I'll take the other 15.
Yeah, that makes sense.
45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and also our new friend here has also already healed.
Yeah.
Mattias, so he can't heal Mattias again.
Not to
until-
that same extent.
Right, so he hasn't had to heal me yet, so that's makes more sense.
I kind of come to my senses a little.
You okay, John?
This is me again.
Oh, Zyman.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to have you back.
Did he help?
He did. Ask Mattias. Mattias, did he help?
Matthias, your sword.
Yes. Thank you. Matthias gingerly
That was
takes
very
it back.
difficult. That was very difficult for Mattias. But worth it.
I was watching. He
Well,
does not give
for
that
the
up
No.
easily.
No, he does not.
Maybe next time when he knows what will happen.
Yes.
You guys are a unique bunch of people.
All
You don't
right.
need to know the half of it. Wait till you hear the whole story.
Let's
If we survive this.
let's continue.
Okay?
All right. I have a level of exhaustion now since I switched personalities during the day.
Okay.
Oh, you buried that lead.
I don't take that many
Yeah.
ability checks.
Okay.
All right. So I'll clear everybody out of the end of the cavern. Come over. And I'm going to cast a wall of fire like in a tight circle down at the end of the cavern.
Guidance. I can take guidance. I'm just kidding.
Pat on the shoulder.
Magic,
so-
undead things.
I'm gonna let that burn in hopes that it's gonna melt away and the mud's gonna start sliding. We'll see what happens. And I'm gonna be.
Should we be in a close group here?
Yeah, we should all be tight together.
Very,
Bring it in, Mattias.
very quickly, the ice starts melting away, and chunks of it, this slurry mix, just starts filling the area at that point. And it's not like a tidal wave or anything like that, but you can feel the water and the mud rushing toward you guys as you're standing there. And then roll initiative.
Oh, oh.
Oh, joy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
18.
17.
Edric, from out of the walls, and they look like they're partially damaged from the flames, come these face-like figures that you
you're gonna be-
saw.
You're going to be Aldrich because it's close to Edric.
Close enough.
It's Edric. Yeah.
It's close.
Come these
It is kind of close.
face-like figures, and they do look
18.
partially damaged from the fire, but they come charging out. Like, you can see, like, to the extent that something so hideous with this large mouth agape can feel like it's in pain. It looks like it's in pain, these kind of ice-like creatures. And they come hurtling at you. And everybody roll initiative. And the bad guys have
I got an 18.
Working on it, Marius.
17 plus 5. The bad guys have a 22.
Oh, wow.
But they're armless because I've been chopping at their
This
arms.
is true. Well, these aren't the skeletons, but all good nonetheless. They do
anything.
look like they're damaged.
Okay. All right. We got Marius is an 18. I'm at an 18.
At least I cooked them a little bit before they came out.
Opponents were at 22.
Yeah.
Yes, the opponents are a 22.
I have a 17.
I had a 15. We all actually rolled
You're in front of
decent.
Simon, you're
Yeah.
at 15.
Yeah.
You were 17.
It's alright, I'll be dead this round. Since I'm in front of everybody.
Okay.
That's what Mr.
Sorry,
Stubbs
Tom. I'm not used to doing this. I'm not as
I know, you're not,
I'm not as agile as the rest.
you're not,
My hands are too big for these little things.
that's okay. The whole point is that we know what the order is.
Just sometime today. It's okay.
It's
You
all
can
good.
say it. It's
I
sometime today.
didn't know. I
I'm
appreciate
joking.
you guys doing this, so I don't have to do it
I'm
with the
joking.
silly little pieces of paper behind or
How's that
anything.
look?
Oh, the opponents are up first.
Yeah.
Egads. Okay, push 2 toward Borinth, push 2 toward Zyman. And yeah, 1, 2. And the others will stay in like
Wait a minute.
reserve.
Question.
Yes,
are they
sir.
coming through where he was burning, or are they coming from around us?
They're coming from all around that general area where the slurry mix was suddenly falling from the walls. These figures emerged from that slurry mix and they ran forward and they move at an incredible pace. You see them almost like leaping from the slurry mix, a huge distance, more than a human could possibly leap. And they reach up, and this huge gaping mouth comes right at you, Zyman, and it looks like the figure, it almost looks like an orifice of some kind of worm-like creature. But you can see they're kind of formed like men that didn't fully form into whatever they were supposed to form into. And it reaches up and it tries to attack you. The two in front of you trying to hit you. And a 18 and a 17.
Yeah, they both hit.
Both hit. Okay. You take 9 points of piercing damage and another 10 points of cold damage as this thing kind of slatches onto you, and it remains attached to you at that point. Both of them, the two of them, and you can feel the claws trying to grab away at you. Borin, the two on you, they charge at you into these giant mouths. Help me! These wormish-like mouths open agape with lots and lots of teeth, and they try and clamp down on you. and a natural 20. Throw me a critical card and a 12. Does a 12 hit?
No.
A 12 does not hit. So we got a crit. Its giant gaping mouth grabs onto your leg, and you can feel it like attached to your leg at that point. You're immobilized, and it pulls you down to the ground. Right now, you have disadvantages on attacks, and attacks again. Any other attacks while you're in this condition have advantage on you if this one remains within 5 feet, and it's staying attached to you at this point. It doesn't seem to do any extra damage, though, if you will. So it does a whopping to you.
I am going to use my reaction to intercept some of that damage.
Okay. It does. Just know that he's like a tank before you think about that. But by all means, you do you. You take 10 points of piercing damage and 8 points of cold damage. The piercing. Were you raging?
No, I haven't gone
okay.
yet, no.
Okay, so 10 points of piercing damage and 8 points of cold damage. And this thing is attached to you, and it looks like next round its claws are going to dig into you.
Any cure wounds?
Okay, and that is the opponents. Borinth, you are up, followed by Mattias. Mattias, you are on deck.
Before he takes that damage, I
Yes.
reduce total of 12 points of damage.
Okay, awesome.
So you get 12
How does that happen?
You get 12 points.
I can intercept if you're within 5 feet of me.
Okay, so does that mean you take the damage? instead
No,
of me?
I just stop it from going through.
Oh, okay.
Okay, understood.
All right, let me adjust that. So I gotta give 12 more. Sure, I'll take it. Okay. And I have disadvantage on attacks right
Whatever
now?
it says right there.
Effect. Target mobilized. There's no save or anything, right? Okay. Disadvantage on attack rolls and attacks against the target have advantage. Okay. All right. Okay. I will rage. And then I'm just gonna take an attack. It'll just be a straight roll then. Right?
Understood.
So yeah, let's do that. Just take a straight attack on him. Okay, so 16, so 18 to hit.
Your hammer, that's with the disadvantage?
That's with the disadvantage.
Bam! Connects with it. You see shards of ice go flying off of it.
Okay, that is nice. 23 points of damage.
23 points of damage. Understood.
Okay. And then
And it was looking wounded already, but it's still up at this point.
Was there one right next to it?
Yes, there is.
Would that first attack have hit it? You know what? This one I didn't say it, so this one I'll
Sure,
through on this one.
sure.
right,
Refresh
so-
my memory. What's the minus on the second target?
It is -4
Okay.
for each.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 24 to hit.
A 24, and it goes straight through. You feel it like your hammer. Bits and shards of it go flying off as it cuts through both of them.
Okay, and the damage on that would be
So what Misty steps for?
14 points of damage.
14 more points of damage to it. It's not looking good, but it's still up.
Okay. That is my turn. I'm immobile. I can't
Understood. That is Borinth. Mattias, you are up. And
Alright.
Edric, you are on deck.
So,
You are at the back of the group. You could go to your right and attack one that has Borinth pinned to the ground, or really that's probably about your only choice right now, unless you see something else I don't see. Simon.
Because I'm grappled. He can't move me out of it. He can't get past me.
Yeah.
So you can really only charge.
we'll help Boris then.
Okay,
I'm
understood.
grappled.
You're next to Borinth. Borinth is on the ground prone. You're immediately to his right. There's one of these ice-like creatures with this giant maw chewing away on his leg. What do you do? I'm assuming you attack.
Well, yes. Matthias begins by lifting up his armored sabaton and smashing down on its head,
Bam! Roll away.
stomping on it.
Roll away. Roll your attacks. You have up to 3 attacks.
Yep. Okay, should I do that as unarmed, or should I do that as...
Just roll your attacks. No, you can
Okay.
describe it and add flavor to it, but
24 to
unless you're
hit.
looking for a different effect. 24 hits. You feel your sword like cutting through the ice, shards flying off of it.
That is 11 damage. So that's
11.
from the first stomp.
Okay. Still up.
Okay, my second and third attacks, a dirty 20 and a 13.
The dirty 20, you cleave into it, your sword comes back around, more shards go flying off. The last one just cuts into it and you can feel it like clang. You hit it, but it just doesn't strike home. So roll your damage there, sir.
Simon, are you able to move
Alright.
that fire?
And that is another 14 points of damage.
14 points. And
I know about 20.
and this one just collapses right there on the ground. Borinth, the thing that was holding you, I'm calling it the one on the right, it just collapses there on the ground next to you. Somebody put out
This one?
that one,
yeah.
my right. Yep, your left, and just put a red dead figure out there. Mattias, you have movement if you want it, or you can hold your ground.
I'll hold my ground.
Understood. That is Mattias. Edric, you are up. Simon, you're on deck.
So for my bonus action, I am going to pull out my healing kit and then use first aid on Simon. Correct? Yep.
You pull out your healing kit. There's just like these things sucking on him, and you're at the same time trying to bind him. And it's like these things are clawing away at him, and you're patching the wound in around their mouths.
And then +6 on top of that as well. And then for my action, because 2 of them are biting onto him, right?
Yeah, and he's on the ground. I believe you're prone, correct? No, you're not.
You didn't tell me.
No, I didn't tell you you were prone. He's standing upright. He's in front of you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna take a knee and I'm gonna just take my bow out and I'm gonna shoot basically right between his legs to try to get to knock him
Sure.
off.
You drop down, aiming up in between his legs. Just don't aim too high.
Yeah, I'm going way down, coming way up.
Roll one.
Suck
roll
him in.
one. No.
Yeah, no, that's a 7.
A 7. You feel this slight ching against the inside of your leg, but as it goes flying past. Anything else, Edric?
Nope, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, Simon, you are up. The opponents are on deck, followed by Borin.
I will.
This thing is attached to you at
bonus
that
action,
point.
Misty Step.
Ooh.
Back to you.
Are those things still attached to you?
Yeah, I would say
Because
no.
I turn into like a vapor.
Oh,
until I
yeah,
can
I'd say
move.
no.
True, smart.
I will. I will just cast a firebolt at. I guess this guy right there.
Okay, understood.
Miami. Natural 20.
Natural
Nice.
20, nice.
Natural 20, nice.
Triple damage body.
Enemy TPK. What? Nice.
Your firebolt goes.
30. Uh, 36 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
And a DC 18 con save.
A DC 18 con save. He is +5. What did he roll?
Amen.
He's got a
18.
23. Okay, what happens?
Nothing. Nothing. You passed it.
Okay.
So just the 36 points of fire
36. He is not, to the extent that this thing cannot look good, it doesn't look good.
damage. And that is it for me.
That is
It looks
Simon.
worse
The
than it already
opponents.
does, I think is the way you put it.
Yeah.
Push 1 forward from the back onto Mattias. That one, yeah. Push that one over to Mattias. The guy with the banner into the sky. Push the one forward onto Borinth. Yep. And push Let me see. One forward onto you, and the other one is going to leap over you towards Simon. He can leap up to 90 feet. He just surges forward. Okay, on Mattias, he attacks away. He's going to try and bite you. He's got a 22. I can't remember. Help me out here. Your armor class... Armor class is 22.
Armor class is
22. Your armor class is 22. He just hits you.
22.
You take 8 points of piercing damage as these teeth dig into you, and 6 points of cold damage. Okay, and this guy is latched onto you. You feel these teeth. Borinth, 2 of them attack away at you. One of them with a 17 and the other with a 14.
The 17 hits.
17 hits. You take another 10 points of piercing. You're raging, halved 5 points, and another 6 points of cold damage. On Edric, this hideous thing that you saw before leaps forward. I rolled 2 dice. One die, and he rolls a 6 plus 4, a 10. I don't think that
does not hit.
Wow, lucky you. Simon, on you. This one surges forward, 15 plus whatever. I think that hit. 19. You've got, unless you've got.
I will use my instinctive charm, DC 17 wisdom save, or he has to attack somebody else within 30 feet.
Okay, DC 7. So what do we need to roll?
DC 17
DC
wisdom.
17 wisdom. His wisdom is 0.
Woohoo!
So
Anybody, anything else but me.
okay, so 1, 2.
I'm closest. Sorry.
Huh?
I'm
1,
closest
2.
to it.
Huh? Well, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He turns and he attacks in the back. He turns and he attacks Edric. Edric, you were missed before, but I think a 15, does that hit?
15 does
A
hit.
15 hits.
May I ask a question?
Yes, fire away.
Apparently, I forgot about it, but apparently my armor class has been amended to 22 because my shield was apparently given a value of 4.
Yeah, we got that.
Your dad's got you.
Yeah, you got it. Your shield has a value
How
of...
much damage did I take again?
I don't remember. My mind has already gone past it.
I know it was 11 points of piercing. I don't know how much cold.
My mind has already moved past it.
Apologies.
Like 16.
I'm out.
Say 16.
Sounds about right.
About 16.
I can't. I've already gone past it. Sorry. Edric, you feel something. You're standing there fighting this one, and all of a sudden, this something just clops away at your back, and you take 7 points of piercing damage and 7 points of cold as something digs into you. Borinth, you are up.
Oh. I almost said,
I think that's it. You are up as in it's your turn. My bad.
Okay. I got 2 in front of me again, so I'm still down to a knee, but I'm gonna swing through them.
Yes, indeed.
I think you have 3 in
You have
front
3
of
in
me.
melee, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a 29 to hit.
A 29.
Probably all 3.
You sure? All 3 just cleaves right through them.
Oh, nice. I do 21 points of damage.
21 more to the one that you already did 14 to. Understood.
Okay, and then I'll take my second attack.
That's 21 to all 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. The other 2
that
were
is
unwounded.
18. And 18 to hit.
18 hits, and it goes through 1, 2, but not the third.
Okay. And that is 14 points of damage.
14 more on top of the 21.
And that's my turn. So
Okay, they're both up. The one on the closest to you
actually, wait 1 second. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I just want to double check one thing. I don't think it's a bonus actually. Yeah, never mind.
Understood. That is Borinth. Mattias, you are up. You have one right in front of you. He just attacked you.
I'll attack that one.
And
That's
he's
the one that attacked me, I assume.
And he's latched onto you. Okay?
Okay.
I forgot to do something.
Get
He was latched
away
onto you,
from
Russ.
me, you
My bad.
filthy
Well, we
beast.
destroyed that one.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Okay, good. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead. You filthy whatever you said, and then you attack. You have 3 attacks.
Yep.
Kill it.
And this one
Okay,
looks
my
unwounded.
A 28, a 24, and a 19.
Well, I mean, it looks wounded by the flames, but from Zymon's flames. But a 28, a 24, and a 19. Your sword clash, clash, clash. Shards of ice flying everywhere as you hack through it.
And that's 35 damage.
35 from all 3.
Ice sculptures.
It is still up. Anything else? You're standing toe to toe with it. It's latched onto you. Understood. That is.
I'll just try to resist it.
Edric, you're on deck.
Pulling me further.
Understood. Edric, you are up. Zymon, you're on deck.
I am going to pull my rapier out and attack the one that's behind me, the one that latched onto me.
You drop your bow for the moment, pull out your rapier, and jab away.
That would be a 13 to hit.
A 13 jab. You feel it connect, and it kind of like goes in between its arm and its torso, but it doesn't seem to do any damage.
Ow! Ow! Like
All
when
right,
you're playing.
And this other one is latched onto your back.
So for my bonus action, I'm going to pull the whip right off my side, and I'm going to go after. I'm going to go after the same one, the one that was attacking me from behind.
Okay, understood.
No.
Whoosh, you flip. You see, it's like watching
Throwing
some.
weapons all over the place.
It's like watching a monk in some order sitting there trying to flagellate themselves as you're whipping away. Edric, that is Edric.
That is my turn.
And Zymon, you are up. The opponents are on deck, followed by Borin.
Only taking one of these things down.
Wave my hands around. Laugh, you fools, and I'll cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on both those guys.
There we go.
DC 17 Wisdom save.
Jesus, they suck at wisdom saves, I'm sure. What are they? I'm sure.
I think
they
one made
both-
it.
Oh,
Right?
no.
16? Oh, 0 now. Nice.
Failed. They
Nice.
both failed. So what are they doing?
They are both. Are they on the ground? I think they're on the ground.
Which two are they? Oh, okay. Got
This
it. Got
one
it.
and
Got
this
it. Got it.
one,
Got it.
They
Got it.
perceive everything as funny and fall to the ground in fits of laughter.
You feel the teeth on your back let go, and then they're falling on the ground, laughing hysterically.
Their weird mouth orifice holes just like.
Okay, and that is that.
That's it for me.
That's it. That's it for. Do they have to do anything else after this?
I think at the end of each of their turns.
Got it. Just remind me, please, because I'll forget. That is Zymon. The opponents are up. Okay, the two on Borinth chomp away or try to chomp away. A 17 and a 10. I'm pretty sure the 10 misses.
17.
The 17, a 9 points becomes 4 points of piercing and 9 points of cold. And it digs into, it's now, one of them is now attached to you. The other one missed. There was nothing else attached to you. Mattias, the one that is attached to you, sits there and starts to suck blood out of you. You can feel it like its jaws pulsating on you, and then the two claws come in and they come in and they slash away at your legs. A fumble card, please. And an 18. So these two claws come in and slash away, but they don't seem to penetrate your armor. You can feel them clanking against your heavy armor on your legs, and the thing loses its. No, it doesn't. It seems to start to lose its balance, but it doesn't lose its balance as he's sucking on you, and you take another 10 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Okay. That is that one. Those are that ones, and those guys need to make their saves, correct? So,
end of their turn.
16. That's the end of their. Well, they can't do anything while they're laughing,
No,
right?
no.
So they both fail their saves. That is the opponents. Borinth, you're up.
All right.
Mattias, you are on deck.
I am going to continue hacking away at these
Put that at the
guys.
bottom of the deck.
Most importantly, he's hitting the one that's attached to me first. That's
Got
my
it.
Primary target. I'm going to keep kind of swinging through. So, let's see. 25 to hit.
25 hits, and it goes through
Was there
all
three?
through.
Sweet.
Well,
Okay.
2. I mean, one's down on the ground laughing, so it goes through 2 of them there.
Okay. And that is 20 points of damage.
20 more, and that one just collapses
one that
on
was-
the ground.
The one that was attached to it?
Sure, that one that was
Okay.
attached to you collapses on the ground because you said you were striking at that one first.
Yes, that was my primary one.
Okay, it just collapses on the ground, and the other one, it does go into the other one next to it. So, and it was how many points? 20. 20. So, and the other one is still up.
So I'm going to take a second attack at that one.
Okay, understood.
Quick question before I do that. When he hit him with fire before, did it seem like they did more damage with fire?
Yes, it did slightly more damage.
Slightly more. Okay. All right. I'm going to take another hit with this. First.
Yep.
19, 21 to hit.
21 points
blank
of
there.
damage, or 21 to
21
hit?
hit.
21 hits. Your hammer bashes in, shards of ice go flying everywhere.
Nice. 19, 21 points of damage.
21 more. And to the extent that one of these can look like it's barely holding on.
Okay.
It's barely holding on. Anything else, Borin?
No, I'm gonna holler out to Mattias. Mattias doesn't have one on him, does he?
Yes, he does. He has
Oh,
one
does,
attached to him.
Is that the one that I? Oh no, I'm hitting the other one. To the left.
No, you're yeah.
Okay.
That one's on
Okay.
him,
Never
that
mind.
one's on him.
Yep.
Never mind. Okay. Yeah.
Mattias, you are up, followed by Edric on deck. Mattias, you've got one attached to you. He's immediately, nothing else immediately around you.
Right. Okay. I'll make my first attack to see what happens against this the one that's trying to eat me. 28 to hit.
28 hits.
Okay, and that is a 12 damage.
12 damage, and literally it collapses at that
Nice.
point.
Okay,
And
good thing I saved my action.
the jaws release from you, and the thing just collapses in shards of ice and guts and goo.
I'm gonna holler out to Mattias. This one's almost down. Finish him. The one right in front of me.
So
Alright, then.
if you move forward 5 feet, turn left, and move forward 5 feet, there's one right in front of you and in front of Borinth.
Yep. And am I behind it?
You're to its front. To its front.
Matthias will charge and try to bring down the pommel of his sword onto its skull.
Understood. You just, as you slash through, you continue forward and just kind of slamming into it. Roll your attacks. You got 2 attacks.
First attack. That's a 30
A 30
to
hit. As
And that
your
is a 16 damage.
your
No, 18.
pommel crushes
no,
its.
not 16 damage.
It doesn't matter. Pommel crushes its skull. It's what, for want of a better word than skull. It's like head. It's goo and teeth. You can feel it as you're coming down through it. The cold on it.
Ugh. Okay, so is it
Are your
down,
flames
or-
still going down there?
No, they're done.
Oh, okay.
They stopped when
So there's
when
like this
when I cast the
slurry
other
mix
thing.
of water. It's probably at this point about up to the about just below your knees, and it seems like the water, the slurry, slushy mix is pouring in.
It's still flowing.
It's still flowing. It's not like a river, but it's just coming in.
Good. Just one.
There is one more.
Two more.
Oh,
they're
two
both
more.
they're both prone.
Are they incapacitated or prone?
They're incapacitated and prone, so they
What
can't
does that
take.
mean when you hit them when they're incapacitated?
Wet.
Is it an auto crit or anything like that?
No, they can't take actions or reactions, but you get advantage because they're prone.
Or you get advantage on the attack?
After they're hit, they get to take a saving throw, but they're still prone until they stand up.
Okay, but they're just prone. They're not like.
No, but you get advantage.
You get
if you're
advantage.
in melee.
Okay, just want to make sure Mattias knows that
Yep.
he gets.
Mattias, you can move forward another 5 feet and strike at one that's on the ground with advantage if you want.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
laughing to the extent that one of these hideous...
And Matthias will just stride over and then stomp on it.
Okay, bam, roll your attack.
19 to hit.
19, bam, your foot goes down, you can feel it crunching against it. It's laughing away, so it makes a saving throw, correct?
Yes.
Okay, 11, failing it.
Still laughing.
It's still laughing hilariously.
15 damage.
15 points of damage. Anything else? That should be it for Mattias. Eldrick, you are up. Simon, you're on deck.
How's the one that he just stomped on looking?
They're both okay.
Okay, the one he just stomped on, I'm just gonna stab it with my rapier.
Understood.
So advantage.
Rolls to save again or no?
Yeah. Every time he takes damage.
That would be a.
What is that?
Do you have a greater?
24 to hit.
I just have it.
24 hits and it did not save. It is still. Roll your damage, sir.
Oh no, I don't even
It's
have that.
4 points of damage.
4 more points of damage as you can feel your rapier digging into the ice. It is still up. Anything else?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my whip against it as well. And that's a nat 20 right there.
Ooh! Pull a critical card.
Nice.
Triple damage head.
Ow!
So I just roll 3.
The way we do it is you just add everything up as if it was a single hit and then just triple it. You don't just triple the dice. You just roll it up. Just put in your bonuses.
Yeah. Okay, so that would be total of 5 damage, so 15 damage.
15 more.
And then DC 18 con. Would be
DC
stunned.
DC 18 con. He's +5 on his con. He's got it. Yeah, he's okay.
Yep.
He needed that for his laugh save.
Yeah.
Still laughing.
And that does end my turn.
Okay. Or does he get another save on the whip?
Is it every time he gets attacked?
Yeah, every time he takes damage.
Ooh. No. Okay.
No.
That is Edric. Simon, you are up. The opponents are on deck.
Regain yourself, man. They're laughing.
Yeah.
They're laughing.
So regain your composure.
10, 15, 20.
There you go. Smart.
Move back to there and I'll take a shot at him.
Firebolt, I'm assuming, correct?
Leave that one laughing.
Yeah. That would.
They get to save anyway.
Yeah,
He's
but
gonna get to save twice then.
Yeah, but he's prone and I'm making a range attack, so that's disadvantage.
Yeah. I would just,
TikTok.
I'm gonna run up here in between these guys. I'm gonna stab that guy with my
Yeah,
dagger.
there you go.
Dagger.
That's how it's done. You get your hands dirty.
Finger of death. Okay.
Let's see.
Guidance.
An 11 to hit. Or no, a 16 to hit.
A 16 hits.
Yes.
Woohoo! No.
They're still laughing.
He's still laughing away.
Yeah, do 4. 5 points of
5
piercing
points
damage.
of piercing damage to that one there. Okay, it is
that enough?
still up.
And I'll take one
Okay.
step back.
And you take it. Okay, yeah.
Stay behind me.
Okay, that is Simon. The opponents are up. They're laughing on the ground. They can't do anything, so they just make their saves. Come on. Mama needs a 17. Is that what it is?
17, yeah.
Mama needs a 17. 20. Oh, wait.
That's not a
Die.
And 20, so 1's up and a 5. 1 is still laughing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The far one, stand him up. It is.
Good, that's
On his next turn.
That's his round, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that is the opponent's. Borinth, you are up.
Oh, yeah. He's still prone because he has to wait.
Because that happened at the end of his turn.
Got it. Understood. Still prone.
I can't reach
Understood.
him where I'm at, right?
Who, this guy?
Probably good.
There's a
I
wall
can't
right
move.
there, but you. Oh, why
Well,
can't
you
you
move.
move?
Oh, you're still immobile.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Understood.
I didn't want to waste that, guys.
Don't waste it.
I can't move.
But
And I need, it's either a Cure Wounds or a similar healing spell at 3rd level or higher, or a Potion of Greater Healing. And I asked, nobody has a Potion of Greater Healing.
I have an elixir of health that cures any disease and removes some conditions. I
I
don't
can't do
think
that.
work. Maybe that won't work.
I don't think we have anything that'll
maybe
do
not.
it. So I'll get out of it. All right. Yeah, I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself, Tom.
Okay, understood. Cure wounds on yourself.
Oops, I just did it twice. And I gotta see what I roll for. And that's 1d8 plus 2. I don't even have d8s. Oh, wait, yeah.
Didn't have to.
Nice. That's 7, 8. That's 9 points of healing. I'll take that 9. Right? Oops. That is my action. Right? Cure Wounds is action. And that's my turn.
Understood.
He's still laughing on the ground, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's...
This one's laughing. This one's not laughing, but on the ground.
Oh, that one's not laughing.
Yeah,
He's on the
he
ground.
made a save. But
All right, you know what? Then I'll
take out
come
that
up
guy.
to... Oh, I can't do an action. So I'll stay where I'm at. I'm gonna come in front of Simon a little, just to.
But you can use, you haven't used your movement, you can use half your movement to stand up.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna stand up. That's what I said. I'm gonna stand up and go in front of Simon.
Okay,
Like,
got it.
Kind of block if anything comes leaping at Simon.
Understood.
Away.
Understood. That is Borinth. Mattias, you are up. Edric is on deck.
So, what is the situation with
You
me in
have
regards to
one on the ground, no longer laughing, immediately to your right. You can move up and strike away at it. He is prone, you have advantage. 3 attacks. The next one is you'd have to...
Matthias will walk over and turn it and stab downward into its head.
Understood. Roll away. 3 attacks with advantage.
And that is... Okay, that is... dirty 20.
We gotta get him.
Dirty 20 hits. As you jab down into the ice. I know, I sent him dice. I don't know why he doesn't use them.
18...
18
to hit.
18
That's my
hits
second
as
attack.
well. Yes, you jab, you lift
And
up.
damage for the 2 combined. 30 combined damage.
30 to the extent that something can die on the ground. It just collapses on the ground with mush and goo and teeth kind of spreading out in the ice. And as the ice is up to about your knees at this point, the slurry cold mix. Okay.
Is there anything else nearby that I can get to?
There's one more you can get to.
Yeah, you can slip by me. And
He's
get
still
to it.
laughing.
Yeah, you could still slip by. There's another one on the ground you could get by and attack away at.
I'll do that then.
Okay.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
And that is another 14 damage.
14 points to the extent that it can be. It is still laughing away and still whatever on the
Vaguely
ground.
Something resembling alive.
Okay, yeah, it's still alive, yes. Okay, that is Matthias. Edric, you are up, followed by Simon.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand right next to him, and I'm gonna stab with my rapier.
Jab away, understood.
I feel like we should make fun of it while it's on the ground.
That's a 24 to hit.
A 24 hits.
That's a 7.
He's rolling crappy. Where's the dice, Joe, when you need it?
7 points of piercing damage.
7 points, and it's still hanging on.
And then I'm gonna use my whip again as well.
Okay, understood. Whip away.
And that's a 15 to hit.
A 15 hits.
That's a 1.
A 1.
He's laughing harder.
He's laughing hideously.
5 points of slashing damage.
5 points, and as you whip away at it, the shards fly off, and to the extent that it can, it dies, or whatever you want to
teeth out of
call
the
it
air.
at that point. It just sort of goes limp and collapses on the
Tom's always
ground,
going.
if you will.
He's like, all right, you don't need to humiliate.
Yeah, a lot of mileage.
You don't
out
need
of-
to
lot of
humiliate
mileage
my
out of
guys
that
now.
spell. A lot of mileage out of that spell.
Yeah, you did.
It's not
Why
bad
isn't
for a
this
first
working?
level. It's a first level spell, man.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there just picking teeth out of that head.
Why isn't this working?
That's funny.
Okay.
It's not humiliating my...
Stop humiliating. The slurry mix is slowly rising up around you guys. You can see you've melted away farther down into this area, and it's just kind of like slowly pouring in.
Yeah, we'll get over that.
It is like bitterly cold on your legs. Everybody roll a survival check, please.
What the heck is that? Survival.
Survive.
What is survival?
Survival is a wisdom check.
What is survival?
Yes, is there a survival check? What is a survival
Yeah, I
check?
don't think I've ever rolled a survival check.
What is a survival check?
19.
19.
16.
Mattias, you take 5 points of cold damage. 16. You say you take 3 points of cold damage.
13.
13. Really? I thought you had advantage, or no, some kind of.
I do. I
You
rolled
do.
a 7.
Well, oh well, you still made it. 5 points of cold damage. 6. You take 11 points of cold damage. Okay, and it's getting really, really cold as this water's slowly rising up and filling up in here. We're gonna take a quick pause. You're watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die, and we will be right back as they're pondering what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a.
which still.
We rejoin the party in the midst of planning and plotting. Okay, sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
Welcome back. So this slurry mixes about you. The goo of these creatures, their mouths just kind of collapse down into the icy slurry mix. The blood, there's actually blood in them as well. It just kind of reddens around the area. You can see bits of bone, and it looks like fang-like teeth and just hideous forms. They were formed from different animals and beasts and like constructs that just somehow got twisted in their creation, if you will. There's the walls, since the fire has stopped the walls, it's not like it's continuing to collapse without the heat against it, but it just seems to be dripping, and it's kind of slowed at a point. The water right now is slightly above your knees. What are you guys doing? It's not really water. It's more like a watery, slurry, mud, blood mix.
Is there like a passage beyond? Is it like what's in front of us? Is it just?
You feel it?
How
It
big
just
is the
looks
hole?
like. How big is the hole? How big is a wall of fire? How big? What did you create?
Well, it's
Depends on the space.
yeah, it's like it can be up to like 40 feet or something.
So
But
there's.
I had it in like a circle, like just.
Okay, so
as
there
intense
is
as it could
about
be.
a 50-foot circle, and it looks like beyond, almost like you can see. Perhaps, do you go into it, or what do you do?
Yeah, we all go in together.
So you go into it, and it looks like you're in some kind of space, and you can see more creatures in the walls and so forth. And then perhaps beyond, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. It could be slurry, watery mix beyond, but it's kind of hard to tell at this point.
Okay.
I bring my torch closer to the far end of the wall to see what, like, if I can see any like water behind, any movement, anything like that.
You go up to the wall and you see a few more, but not quite as many as before. A few more of these like figures in there, just kind of like moving around, kind of. But they're in the frozen wall, if you will, and then beyond it. It's kind of hard to tell because you're looking through ice. It might be water beyond. It might just be mud. It could be just perception.
Oh, so there is a wall of ice in front of us now.
It's not like there's a wall and you're looking through a wall and there's something beyond. It just kind of like fades into it, if you will.
Okay.
It's not. You're not in an aquarium where there's a nice sheet of glass
Right,
and
right,
then
right.
you're looking into the shark tank.
But it is solid. Something is solid. I mean, it's not
Well,
like
it's
It's
ice.
not like we're in a big open space.
It's ice. You've burned. He's
Yeah.
created this
Okay,
big
okay.
ice space that's probably 50 feet around at this point.
Okay.
And as you're wading through, you feel the slush of the ice around you guys as you wade through it.
Well, if we do the fire again, we're gonna be beset by more of these creatures. And that wasn't exactly fun.
Oh, that was nothing.
We'll
How many hit points you at, Jess?
7.
Ouch. How many hit points you at, Nick?
9.
9. How many hit points you at, Brian?
80.
And we don't know where Mattias is, I'm assuming. Okay.
I mean, if we take a little bit, I can heal people up a little bit more, but...
The longer we wait, the more these things are going to keep coming. I think that's what's happening because we took the 10 minutes. I don't know if it was
Okay,
a fire
well,
unleashed them or.
Yeah, well,
I think it might have been. These things seem to be stuck in the ice.
you start healing. We'll start trying to get through the ground.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use 3 uses of my healer's kit on myself, and then I'll use. You're probably pretty low, aren't you?
I'm at 7. Yeah. Whatever.
I'll use like another 4 on you.
Okay, so what does that give me?
So it's
4d6?
for each one. It's So it's 1d6 plus 4. So it'd be 4d6 plus 16.
And is those each one an action, or what is this?
Each one takes an action.
Okay, cool.
So it would be a total of.
Yeah, so it's pretty quick.
It's a little under a minute.
Got it. It's pretty quick. So a little bit, you see those apparitional forms, almost like little specks of light are flying toward them still, and they're more reformed than they were before, and you still see skeletons kind of around, and Brian, you're going around and you're bashing at those skeleton arms and so forth as they come around, and there seems to be more and more coming forth.
I'm now at 35 hit points.
Understood. 35.
I'm at my max of 28.
I will cast Big B's hand.
Big B's
That
hand.
thing that you did to Mattias, like the healing. How did you do that?
He already did that once on me.
Yeah, I can do that. I
You
can
can
do
do
that.
it on
I
him.
can do that as many times as I want.
Okay.
But I can only do that once per person
Okay.
for every rest. Do you need one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get me up higher because I'm the one that can take the biggest
Okay.
brunt of stuff, but I'm still at half health.
So I'm just gonna
Gotcha.
like kind of.
So yeah, I'll use my first aid on you as well. So that is, you get to roll 2 hit dice plus 6.
Okay, sweet.
That has exhausted one of my healer's kits. I have another one left.
17.
Useful, man.
We'll
Useful.
buy you more.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
no, it's only gold.
That's 23.
We're up to like 20,000. I think we've used some.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
Okay. That's good. That's awesome. That puts me back up to 103.
I mean, I can give you some more if you like.
No, I think save it for everybody else.
Okay.
This way I can at least take some more damage, not have to worry about it because I want to get aggressive. It's been a while. It's been a while since I got to get aggressive. I want to get aggressive in there. We can get to Drusus.
Yeah, so I'd like to save at least a few just in case if people go down.
Yeah. And I can get people up as long as I'm up.
So I sit there and I use the hand.
It's working.
I'm using it to like claw and grab and like punch the mud in front, pull it out, or whatever I can to try to.
How long does it last?
Up to a minute.
You're punching away at it, and you're punching away for eight rounds.
I'll help him do my hammer.
And finally, you feel like you're getting through, and it's becoming more and more of a slurry mix as you're punching through, and water starts rushing in again, and so forth. And you can see several of those creatures in the ice as it's punching through. It's hitting them, and then some of them are like diving out of the way, and they're coming toward the edge, and more of them are forming around it, trying to wait for whatever it is to punch through. And then after another 5 more rounds, so around 13 rounds in, this thing just suddenly it's not like a gush of water. The wall collapses, and several of these things come rushing out at you, and the water comes rushing out at you as well.
As soon as it starts collapsing, I'm going to cast Wall of Force in a bubble around all
I'm
of
gonna
us.
grab Mattias and pull Mattias in.
Understood. You're in this wall of force. You just all of you guys instantaneously just get. Oops. There you go. You just put yourself in the bubble. This wall of force just forms around you, and these creatures push those creatures into it, up against it, and just put them around the thing, and they're like swimming around it, and the water just continues to rise around you guys as that collapsed area just beyond just continues to slurry mix. Your wall of force probably goes up and basically into the ceiling and encompasses part of it. And the water just continues to slurry mix slowly, ever so slowly, rising around the bubble. This wall of force in the water and slurry and blood and mud continues to rise. It's at about 5 feet now, and it goes farther.
Hopefully
it'll
let loose and let us out within like 10 minutes or so.
And 7, 8, the water just continues to rise.
Like in a bubble.
Can we move the bubble? Can we walk
Gentlemen,
forward?
if this is the last time we speak, I would like you all to know I blame every single one of you for my death.
10. You see a little bit of space up at the top, and the water keeps coming in, and the slush keeps
Everybody
coming
push
in.
to the side!
And it's
Trying to get us up!
Can we run like a hamster wheel?
And it
Like,
just-
yeah, do it.
And it just keeps rising, and it goes up, and eventually it's over the top, and you look around you, and it's like this bloody, slurry, muddy mix all around you, and every once in a while there's this face that comes up against it and like pushes up against it, and it's not like you can see, you're looking through a swimming pool water. And you kind of tumble around in it, and what are you guys doing in there?
start pushing forward, right? We're gonna try to push forward.
Yeah.
Trying to go like hamster wheel it.
Yeah, we
That's
try to move
angle, isn't
it.
it?
Yeah, I mean.
We need to break free and
Does
go
it
up.
Start to lift up at all because like we're in this like air bubble.
Well, we're at like the top of the chamber.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
that's
you're
what I'm saying.
stuck in a
Forward,
chamber.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's push forward. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Yeah.
You're pushing against it, and you're pushing against it, and you're not even sure. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, the water and slurry mix is pushing all around you. What are you guys doing?
I think that's what we're doing.
Keep trying to push to where we broke through to try to get out.
I mean, it's
there.
not gonna like. I mean, it's a wall of force. It's not an air. It's not gonna float toward the surface. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh well, that was the whole thought process that we
Because it's
thought
still
we
a
had.
bubble. But I just don't know if wall of force can move.
It can be a free floating or resting on a solid surface.
Okay, so we'll say that it's floating. You're kind of like trying to push it along, and you kind of push it along. Roll me a here, because it's kind of hard to tell where you're going. Go ahead and roll that, please, and then roll a D4.
That's great.
Okay, keep. I'm just keeping track over this way. Okay, and then roll again. You guys are like, you're spinning away as the mud and slurry mix. And keep going, and you're like spinning in this big ball, and you can feel it bouncing off of the ceiling and so forth. And roll again. Keep rolling. Roll like 10 times, but let me catch what it is.
See that?
Okay.
1 o'clock.
Okay. Okay, and I'll say that was that way. Okay, good. And okay. Okay, and keep going. Okay. Okay, keep going. How many is that?
I think
that was 5.
Okay, keep going. Okay, keep going.
7.
Okay, keep going.
8.
Okay, keep going.
9.
Oh, keep going.
10.
4.
Okay, and so after all of that, it's just like you can feel it slightly rising. You kind of like bobbed this way, then that way, then that way, then that way, then that way, and then you kind of kept going in like one kind of general direction, even though it's impossible to tell. And as you're in this bubble, it kind of like rolls out, and all of a sudden, as if you're in an elevator. If you've been in an elevator, you feel like you're slightly rising. You can feel yourself rising, and it almost is like the water around you is becoming, it's less muddy at this point, but it's still kind of a thick green. It's probably more of a thick kind of greenish blue at this point, and it's slow. You get the sense that you're rising, and then all of a sudden it starts to get slightly brighter, if you will, as you're rising up. The figures that you saw initially dodging and darting around you, you don't see those anymore. And then it continues to rise, and it continues to rise, and all of a sudden it comes to a stop. And above you, it looks like, you see the swirling. Have you ever swam in a lake?
Sure.
Opened your eyes underwater? Okay, so that's what you see around you, this swirling mass of water, but it looks brighter above you. You can tell which way is gravity. It looks slightly brighter above you, but it's more of a blue and bluish look to it. And you can tell because you bumped up against something, there's like a slurry mix and then ice up above you.
I thought it would go through.
Yeah, I thought we would build up speed and it would burst through. That's what I was hoping.
Maybe the ice was just too thick?
This one isn't even that simple, let's be honest.
Are you ready to hold your breath?
Yeah, but how do we get out through the ice?
Melt it.
Okay. Underwater? Fire still works? Magic fire works underwater?
I think so.
Okay.
Bad idea.
I will.
Thaddeus, you might want to shift your armor off maybe temporarily real quick, just because I don't know if you sync with your armor. I don't
I'm
know how that
going
works.
to take my potion of water breathing.
Very well. I dismiss my armor.
You dismiss your armor. Understood.
And you can just call it right back, right?
Yes, you can. I think it's an action, but yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'm just thinking because I don't want to see you just go all of a sudden sink down to the bottom.
He's free.
Oh, we just lost him.
That it is a small comfort to know that my companions actually do care about my well-being.
Always, Mattias, always. I'm your biggest fan.
So I drink my potion of water breathing, so I'll be able to talk underwater once I.
And I'm just sitting there taking in the deepest breaths that I possibly can.
Yeah.
Understood. The deepest breath. Let's clear this off here for a moment, if we can, and push those creatures back toward me. I don't think it really matters at this point.
Oh, it's another pile of gold. Criminy.
Oh, yes, because I'm sure this one is just as innocent
There's
as the
an
last
X!
one.
There's an X! That's the spot!
That was it. X marks the spot.
There's treasure. You can put those in the bin over there.
A wise man once said, X never, ever marks the spot.
No, wise man once said, X gonna give it to you.
Okay, don't worry about where you are on the map. It's really irrelevant. It's just something for the hexes and what have you. Okay? Okay.
They're nice things.
Yeah. Okay. I just put it somewhere, Tom? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just put it out in the middle of the blue, if you will.
Okay.
That's all that matters, really.
And this is gone now? Is that what you're
No,
doing?
well, not
It
just
will be in a
yet.
second.
Okay. Before anything happens here, tell me exactly what your plan is, so that I can adjudicate it as best I possibly can.
So we're packed into a 10-foot sphere just below the ice surface.
Never mind.
I want to get everybody. We'll all stay to the bottom of the sphere.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to dispel it. We're going to hold our breath. I took the potion of water breathing so I can cast underwater, and I'm going to cast fireball at the top of the ice
Okay.
to try to melt it, and we're all going to go up.
This is going to be amazing.
So swim down first.
Okay, so read to me what Fireball does again, please.
Blow stuff up.
A 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point. Obviously, the ice won't be making a dexterity saving throw.
Correct.
And 8d6 of fire damage.
Okay.
On a save.
Okay, continue to read on though. Is there anything else in there?
Fire spreads around corners, ignites flammable objects.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, flammable. Okay. Okay, doke. Understood.
Are you able to shadow Misty Step above the ice?
I think it has to be a place you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the ice is solid.
Okay. Well, I don't know how that works. I don't know how it's like if you just kind of teleport to a place or something. You can't Misty Step into a room?
You have to be able to see it.
Yeah. I have to be able to see.
I mean, if you were like looking through a peephole, a keyhole, or something like that.
Yeah.
This
Misty
will
Step
work.
allows you to pass.
I'm just trying to help you.
Have faith.
I'm just trying to help you out.
Okay, roll an insight check.
Little late now.
Tom saying, I don't think you should do this.
I'm still just breathing deep.
This is where we all die. That's what Tom is saying.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Sounds like a great plan.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I mean, I don't know where else we're gonna
got
go
nothing
from
else.
here.
Can
We
I
got
look
nothing
around
else.
to see if maybe I can see a
We got nothing else.
lighter spot in the ice that might be a little bit easier to get through and point him
I mean, you
in
think
that direction?
I mean, the water is again. We're not in a swimming pool, so the water is not like, oh, let me swim toward that wall where I can grab hold of the ladder and climb
Yeah.
up. It's not that clear.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm just trying to see like through the see the ice itself to see the light coming through to see if there's a spot that's like a little bit
I
lighter.
mean, how big is this sphere? 10-foot diameter?
10-foot diameter.
So you've got like an area where it's touching the ice right here because it kind of bobbed up against it. But it's not like you can see 15 feet over there. You know what I mean?
Okay, so the water's really
You
murky.
think it's pretty good. Well, I mean, it's a lake. I mean, it's a lake. Everybody roll a perception check.
This is the role of. You probably don't want to do this.
No, I didn't say that.
It's to notice all the things swimming around us that are gonna bite us as soon as I drop the sphere.
15.
Did you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
18, yeah.
22.
22.
I'm too busy concentrating on
Yes,
magic
you are.
stuff.
Okay.
14.
The three of you do see something slither past in the distance.
In the water with us?
In
or
the
on
water.
top?
In the
Okay.
water. Okay? Are you ready to go?
Everything that we wanted to avoid. We're right back there doing it. Exact. Everything we wanted to avoid.
You could have had us turn around at any time.
Yeah,
I couldn't. I mean,
you could have.
I was just making suggestions.
Hold your breath.
The bubble disappears. Whoosh, whoosh. And all of a sudden, instantly, the water, it's like a wave that crashes against all of you, slamming into you suddenly, right there on the wrong sounds, on the ice. This water slams into you, and you're frantically swimming. Everybody, give me their strength checks to swim, please. And you throw the fireball up at it. Roll damage.
Strength check.
Strength check or save?
Check, please.
Okay, 15.
A 15.
24.
24.
16.
16.
13.
A 13. You're 13?
Oh, wait, no, wait.
From you?
You just don't add your
was about to
proficiency.
say.
You add
Oh,
everything
no.
else.
Oh, you just don't add your. Okay, never mind. It's 17.
A 17. All of you are swimming upward. The blast goes up and it slams against the ice. Roll damage.
30 points of fire damage.
30 points. You can see a large area where it's you guys are swimming. I mean, you were right there. The water swirled in and tossed you about as it suddenly rushed in, but you could see all of you could make out the fireball go right there. Somehow you miraculously avoided it as it blasted around you, and you can see it's a thinner ice there right in front of you.
I'm gonna swim up to it and just start
I'm
hacking at it.
gonna swim straight up to it with the rapier out, and I'm gonna try to get right through the ice with a single plunge.
Okay, you swim right up to it and you're like, jab! Let's just go around the table. You just blasted your. Go ahead and jab away at it.
Attack roll.
Yes, please. And roll your damage.
Yep. So that would be a 17, and my damage is 8. 8 points of
8
damage.
points of damage to it. Understood. The ice is still solid there. You can feel it like jabbing into it and you're cracking it, but it's still pretty darn solid. Okay. Borinth, you are up.
Just roll to hit.
Yep,
Right?
roll to hit.
Okay. So 22, 24 to hit,
24 hits.
and then
you're like flailing about in the water, trying to
25.
strike away, and 25 points of
No,
damage.
23 and then a 25 to hit. I just did like 2.
Okay,
Hammer.
understood. Bam,
So,
bam.
16 and a 20.
A 20, understood.
So 38 points. total.
38 points. Okay, Mattias, you can swim up and try and attack the ice and try and chop away at the ice.
Matthias will swim up and try to bash against it with the heel of his sword.
Okay, understood. You go up and you're like trying to continue to swim while you're trying to do this. This is kind of awkward for you, but go ahead.
Use the pointy side.
Ace is easier to smash than cut.
Okay.
They're ice picks, not ice hammers.
28 to hit.
A 28 hits.
And that is, the damage is 16.
16 more points. You guys can see it start to shattering. The three of you roll strength checks as you're flailing about in the water, please.
Attacks or no?
Yeah, listen.
Did you do all 3 attacks, or what'd you do? Just 1 attack?
I'm not going to keep track of your attacks.
What the situation
Okay, guys?
was on that.
Just keep hacking. Just keep hacking away.
A 27 and a 15.
Okay, they all 3 hit.
Okay, and the damage on the second and third attacks, 26 more damage.
26 more, understood. It is like you can see, like a small section is being bashed away. All 3 of you roll, not you. All 3 of you roll strength checks with strength checks. Strength checks at disadvantage as you're flailing around in the water.
Well, I rolled a natural 1.
A
So.
natural 1. You start to sink, and you sink down. You just sort of plummet down 17 feet. You have marine ability, and you took that into consideration too. Okay, you still sort of sink down. You're holding your own, but barely.
19?
19, you're holding your own right there, bashing away as you're trying to swim and bash away. And you see, those of you who could, you saw Edric start to descend down. Okay, you guys, you're up again. What are you doing? You don't see anything else around at the moment.
I see everybody struggling to get through the ice, and I'll fire a firebolt at it. 22 to hit.
A 22 hits. You're breathing water, correct?
Yes. With my water breath. 13 points of fire.
13 more points, and it seems to take more from the fire.
And I will swim down and try to grab Edric.
Dive down and try and grab hold of him. Reach down and give me a strength check, please.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You reach hold and you grab.
blows him up.
So he stops you from descending, and you feel this guy come down. He's got hold of you at this point. Okay, Edric, you are up. He's got hold of you. You stop sinking. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to swim back up
Roll me a strength check, please.
to it. And that would be a 16.
16. You manage. You're like whoosh whoosh. Roll me a d20, please.
16.
16. You're back up to the surface again at that point.
Can I do another?
Sure,
attack
you can go ahead and jab away.
That will be a 13 to hit.
13. You jab, and it doesn't seem to penetrate the ice at that point. It just kind of like. But you're you're just like glad you're closer to the surface at this point versus continuing to sink. You guys see something out of your peripheral vision swim by. Borinth, you are up.
All right. I'll take my 2 attacks on the ice. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And then another 18.
18 more, bashing into it, hits again.
So 21 points of damage.
21 points.
And 17.
17. You've got a hole now there that's about, I don't know, 8 maybe. We'll just roll. It is 19 inches around at that point.
I'm try to pop up and get a breath in.
Okay, sure. You reach up and your head goes up, whoosh, and you catch a breath, and you see. Roll me this die, please. Roll again.
What is that? What was that?
Okay, you roll up, and you're right over here, and you can see, as you're facing that general direction, you see what appears to be an island in front of you.
Okay, when I come up, I'm gonna come up. I'll
Go for a
look.
breath.
I'm gonna grab a breath, and then I'm gonna pop back down.
Okay, hold on.
Never listen to the wizard. Never listen to the wizard.
Like I had any other. What am I gonna do? What am we gonna do?
Like, yeah, I can do this. Sure.
I have total faith in you.
We made it.
You're making it fun.
We made it.
Making it fun.
That's what you see, Borinth. Okay.
Oh, is that him? Or is that a statue?
I mean, it's a brief moment. Your head comes above the
Come up,
water.
Take a big breath. Take a little look around.
Okay.
And then pop back down so somebody.
Mattias, you are up. You see Borinth's head goes briefly above the water. You're about 3 rounds under, 18 seconds, flailing around. You guys, you know you need air. What are you doing?
Beginning to get a bit desperate, Matthias will take another couple swings at the ice above him.
Okay. Bam.
That's a
Bam.
14. That's a 25, a dirty 20, and a natural 1.
Okay, the natural 1
You can re-roll that.
misses.
You can re-roll it. Re-roll the natural 1.
Okay. That would turn into a 27 then.
A 27, all 3 hit.
That's just gonna cost you 100 XP.
Really?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
He's getting close to popping 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the damage is...
How about that?
Wow. Actually, maximum damage. 48.
48 points of damage. So the hole that Borinth had made, as his head comes back down through, you see this sword go swinging past your skull. And the hole, you suddenly widen it, and now it's about 30 inches around. And it's just this concave area about 30 inches around right now.
I'll help him up to try to get some air. Try to get some air. I'm gonna gesture. Borinth will gesture for him to go get some air. Try.
Okay, Matthias will attempt to do so.
Okay, you try and thrust yourself upward, and your head comes out, and and you gasp for air as you suck in a big amount of air, and you're not like at the surface, but you kind of like then bob back in, but you feel great because your lungs are full of air as opposed to carbon dioxide at this point. Not that you know what carbon dioxide is, but it feels a heck of a lot better than it felt a moment ago. Everybody roll, all 4 of you roll strength checks, please, as you continue to try and swim in this slurry mix.
Another dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
17.
17.
12.
12. You're sinking again. Roll me a d20, please.
2.
2. You just start to sink down 2 feet, and you're like struggling to hold on to your own.
15.
15. You're managing to stay in place, and everybody sees this swirling mass start to swim in your general direction. Everyone roll initiative. Beat a...
Not that dice.
A 17.
11.
11, understood. 17 from the
9.
bad guys.
What did you get, Mattias?
What?
What did you get for initiative?
11.
Simon?
19.
9.
9.
What did you get, Simon? I'm sorry.
19.
Oh, you did. You got a 19. Yeah. I thought Oh, sweet. I'll have you go first. Unless you don't want to go first. I got a 19 as well. Do you want to go before me or after me? You know what? Go after me.
So
Okay.
everybody's over
where you
here,
are.
but for the sake of gameplay, so you guys can reach your figures, are all over in this general direction. Does that make sense?
Got it.
Sure.
So I'm just you're
Yeah,
actually over
yeah,
here,
yeah.
but because it'll be too far for you to reach. Okay.
Okay. No, that didn't work as well as I hoped it would, but good enough.
So put this 8 hexes over here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Right about there.
A little bit farther back. Just so it's right at the edge. Front edge is at 8 hexes. Okay, perfect. Okay. Everybody rolled initiative. You got it up. Borinth, you see the hole above you, and you catch a glimpse. Everybody caught a glimpse of this thing coming from the. Oops, wrong one. Coming from off in that direction. It looks like it's swirling toward you, and its mouth is dropping open agape, and the water is rushing past it, and the bubbles are gurgling around it. Borinth, what are you doing?
I'm gonna do my best seal impression and try to pop up through the hole and spread myself out and pull myself up onto the ice.
Okay, understood. Just give me a strength check, please. Should be fairly easy.
19.
You do.
That is,
You manage.
24.
You manage. You kind of pull yourself up and leap up onto the ice, and you realize it's pretty thick and pretty solid.
Okay.
And you're up on top of the ice at this point.
Reach my arm down and grab and pull whatever I grab onto.
Okay, roll me D6, please.
6.
A 6. You reach down. You grab hold of a figure. Give me a strength check.
You grabbed the monster.
23.
You grab and roll me that die, please.
What does that say? Chest?
Chest, Matty, as you feel these hands grab hold of the front of your shirt, and it seems something's pulling at you in the icy water, this slurry mix around you. Something's pulling at you. It's grabbed hold of your chest, and it's trying to lift you up. What do you do?
Well, Matthias will for one thing, Matthias will decide that, as much as he is prone to overreacting and assuming that the things are enemies under times of stress, he will just grab hold of the thing and let it pull him up with the intention of if it's an enemy, breaking the hand after it.
Well, he was paying attention. Okay, you reach up, you grab hold of the arm. Borinth, you pull Mattias like pulling a plug out of a sphincter. You pull him out of the water. Mattias, you're like suddenly up on the ground at this point. That is Borinth and Borinth rather. Simon, you are up.
Do I see Edric? Close to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. He's right. He's immediately to your right.
I will try to grab him, and because I saw him starting to sink down again, and I'm doing pretty good because I'm breathing water and it's fine. It's not really bothering me. So I'll swim down and I'll grab him and I'll try to get us both to like come on, let's go, like kick your feet.
Give me a strength check, Simon.
Try to get us going up.
Guidance.
14?
A 14. You reach hold of him and you grab him. Roll the body part die there, please.
Full body.
As you reach hold and you just kind of like wrap yourself around him, but you're just like in the flailing water while you're breathing water. You're not swimming or free action, and you're just trying to kind of, and you feel like the both of you, you're not like sinking, but you're definitely not going anywhere, and you're just kind of flailing about in the water, and you feel him like, roll me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Simon. Actually, both of you, roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got a 6. 3.
A 3. So you're actually front to back or back to front, as the case may be. So you got these. There's either arms around your waist or somewhere around your body, and he's like flailing at you like this. What are you gonna do? You're in the water and just kind of like you're not going anywhere at this moment.
I mean, I think that's kind of my action.
Okay, that's it.
I mean,
okay.
I'll use inspiration if it would help me try to get him.
You can
rolling
try.
my strength again.
You can try.
Nope.
Come on, man. He hasn't even settled into his character yet. So, like, if
I'll try that
don't
one.
waste all your inspiration. I hate just re-roll one. He has no emotional
No,
attachment to it
we're
yet.
flailing. We're flailing.
Okay, understood. You're flailing away in the water.
flailing.
You're flailing. The opponents, I think it's the opponents. Mattias, you are on deck. These were ones that were used,
Yeah,
right?
that's all.
Okay. Understood.
400 XP right there. 400
Okay,
XP.
you guys are right above them, but I'm just going to put you over here, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, that thing charges forward toward you guys. I'm going to say, Simon, you're
5
the
feet of
one
movement,
first in the... Huh?
Nothing. I was just saying it only has 5 feet of movement.
Only 5 feet of movement, sure. Just
Like a
push
slug.
it straight forward, please. Okay.
All the way to them.
Yeah, okay. Simon, this
I
thing...
tried.
Simon, this thing reaches out and tries to bite at you. A 15.
Even with shield, it still hits. Take it.
I am going to intercept that damage, though, with my reaction.
Okay, understood.
Hold me!
Understood. How many hit points are you at, by the way?
I'm at 35.
Oh, you're gonna be fine.
Oh,
Maybe not. But anyway, okay. It is quite a lot. Yeah, he can't kill you outright. It's 3d10 plus 5, so it's not that bad.
That's 35.
That's 35.
Minus 4. Whatever he says.
24 points of piercing damage. Give me a strength check, please.
Oh, those are my favorite.
I can't help you.
18.
Wow.
17.
17.
Adjusted.
A 17, and it does its strength, and it rolls a 15. You feel its teeth.
Wow.
You feel its teeth come down, and that was with a plus 10. You
man.
just feel its teeth start to come down on you, and you just manage to avoid being swallowed by this thing. That is the creature at that point. Mattias, you are above ground. You see this creature down below the ice swim up to Simon. It's a swirling melee around it. But you see this going on in the water, and you can see the shape through the ice, but the ice is pretty darn thick right here. But you can see down through the hole. What are you doing?
Grab them, Mattias. Grab them.
Edric, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and grab them.
Okay, you reach down in the water and try and grab one. Roll me a strength check, please.
Tom, since it's Mattias' turn and then Edric's right, and then my turn, can I help him? Can we make this like a joint
Sure,
effort?
absolutely.
Right, so
you
the
get
two of us-
advantage on it. Yep,
Okay.
go for it.
So then,
I'll like hold his
Yeah,
leg,
like,
like you know what I mean, and try to.
Yeah, you're reaching out, you're holding on to him, like he just kind of shoves himself down in the water.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
23.
A 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a d6, Mattias.
2.
A 2. You reach down and roll me a body part, somebody for him. Stomach. You reach down. Borinth is holding you by the legs, and he takes you and he just kind of dunks you down into the hole. And you reach around and you see, like in the flailing, swirling melee, you see this giant mouth agape. And you reach out with your arms and you grab hold, and you've got Edric with your arms wrapped around the stomach. You manage. You feel these are.
They were holding on to each other, weren't they?
Yeah, he was holding on to me.
He was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
Trying to
roll me
swim
a
up, yeah.
strength check with disadvantage to try and lift. You're trying to lift
And I'm
300
helping.
pounds out of the water
Does it
there.
level it out because I'm helping him?
Sure. Okay. Yep.
Straight up.
So, in that case, it's a 24.
A 24. You do manage. The two of you are like partially out of the water. You're kind of like jammed in this small 30-inch hole that you're. I mean, if you can imagine being shoved in this, you're both there, and Mattias has got like wrapped around you. I mean, your feet are both dangling in the water. Edric, you are up.
I look at him and I go, just let go of me real quick.
Wait, what? No, then we're gonna lose him.
Well, we're both out. We're on the ice.
Yeah, we're
No,
stuck.
you're
We're
not.
stuck in the hole.
You're stuck in the hole. They're both above, halfway
one
in,
of us is
halfway
gonna
out.
have to go down for the other one to get out.
Oh, I don't know about that. He's a little.
Well, yeah, I'll let go.
All right, so he lets go. I'm gonna climb out.
Give me a strength check, please. You're
That would be an 11.
11. You're like struggling to get yourself out of here. You're like jammed up against him, and you feel your body pushing up against Zyman as he's just like, you just can't seem to get yourself out of the hole at the moment. And that's Edric. Borinth, you are up.
All right.
Edric is stuck in there. Zyman kind of bobbed down below.
I'm annoyed at the situation, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna grab them natural 20, and I'm gonna grab them both, and I'm yanking.
You
them both
grab
out.
hold of Edric, you got him, and I'm going to say you've got another action. You reach down and you shove your hands in the water again. Roll me another strength check, please.
That is 70, 90, wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13.
A 13. You reach down and you can't. That was.
Well, I rolled a natural 20, and then I just rolled a 13.
You just can't seem to get a hold of him at this point. Zyman's like, he's like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Zyman, you are up.
I will. The coast is kind of clear now.
Yes.
I will swim up to the surface and try to get myself out as
Swim.
well.
Roll a strength check, please.
Come on.
13?
A 13, you swim up and you're like bob against the ice, like banging against the ice right above you. You're like, I'm gonna roll again, damn it.
15?
15, you manage to pull yourself up and you're like quickly, you like grab hold of the edges and you hurdle yourself out of the water. All four of you are right here at the edge of the water.
Say, run to the statue. Run to the statue. I think the statue must be on solid ground.
Well,
so,
I think it's the opponent's turn at this point.
I know, but I'm still
This
yelling
thing,
at everybody.
yes, understood. It does appear to be on solid ground. It's on some type of what you see there, hopefully. This thing just comes up and it just kind of shoots up out of the ice, and where there was solid ice, the sheer weight of the massive size of this thing breaks more of the ice free, and it's gonna reach out and try and bite at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna reach out and 1, 2. Zyman, it's gonna reach out and try and bite at Zyman.
Does he get any
I'm going to use my
protection?
reaction to intercept that.
Okay, how do you
some of
do
that
that?
damage.
How does that work?
I'm just going to take my rapier out. I'm going to try
Instead of
to
fighting
stop
style,
the full force of the attack to.
Oh, so that reduces damage.
just reduces
correct.
damage.
Understood. So for a 16.
Yeah.
Mattias, does he get any help from being so close to you? Don't we get like?
If he's within 5 feet of me, then he would get the benefit of my defensive bonus. So any attack against him would be at disadvantage.
Okay, understood. So let me just.
Come on.
Okay, they're both good job. I mean, it was a lousy roll on my part, and it was the same thing again. So 4 plus 12, he's got a 16. Awesome, good.
But I am reducing 11 points of that damage.
Understood. You're going to reduce 11 points of the damage he's going to take. Give me a strength save, Zyman, please.
Man, you're killing me with these things tonight.
Oh, lousy rolls on his part, fortunately.
An 11 for a strength save.
I'm gonna give him a reroll. It's 100 XP. Oh my god, come on, no, don't do that, because he's gonna stay alive too if you...
Yeah, but if he
It's okay,
bites
I'll
me
chip-
and
yeah,
pulls
but-
me underwater,
No, but I'll do it. You don't do it in case you go
I'm gonna
unconscious
die.
and you have to do death
I'm gonna
saves.
die. No? try one more.
I need you to have stuff in there for
One
death
more.
saves. That's
One
why.
more.
You guys can help him with death saves too. Don't forget.
We can?
Yeah, of course you
Okay.
can.
Nah, fail.
Okay, you take 12 points, and you see this thing grab hold of him, and it's got him in his mouth, and he falls into his gullet. Are you still conscious?
Yeah, I'm at 3.
Okay, and that is the opponents. Mattias, you are up. You just saw Simon get swallowed in this thing. Okay, we'll skip Mattias. Alderic, you are up.
No, I'm listening. Mattias is just like,
I forget to use my abilities so much.
What'd you forget?
Nothing. It's fine. I forgot it. It's okay.
Come on, guys. Gotta have your heads on swivels here. Come on.
Make me. Reese. Tengri. Why is it that I'm always being called upon to question my own convictions again and again? I just decided that magic was probably the source of all evil, and now I'm being called upon to save the man who's probably possessed.
I hope this is going through your head very
Once more
quickly.
onto the breach. Mattias leaps forward to try and get at the thing.
You can easily get at it. What are you trying to do? You just saw him go down its gullet. What are you trying to do?
Stab into its underbelly.
Okay.
As far as I can get to it.
You stab into its underbelly. Jab away.
Are you in him?
Yeah. It's like that magician trick. I'm gonna see the sword sliding past me as he's stabbing.
Okay, a 15, a 22, and a 27.
The 15 does not hit. The other two, you slash it. You can feel it chinking against its armor. The other two strike home and cut into it.
I know.
Okay. The damage of those two is... Okay, so that's an 8. That is a 5. So that's 13 plus 16 is 29 damage.
29 points of damage. Understood.
It's so pointless.
Okay. 29 points of damage. Anything else there, Mattias? That should be it. Okay, you have movement if you wanted to do anything.
One at a time. It adds up.
Nothing I can think of.
Okay, understood. That is Mattias. Edric, you are up.
I'm gonna run up onto one of the rocks that's underneath the statue.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna loose an arrow at it.
Okay, understood.
It's a 21 to hit.
A 21 hits. Your arrow pierces into it.
And that's 6 points of damage.
6 more points of damage to it.
I'm gonna action surge and do it again.
Okay, understood.
That's a natural 1.
Oh, pull a fumble card, sir.
You better not shoot me.
Do I read it?
Yes, you read it, not me.
Scared. DC 15 wisdom or be frightened.
You're standing there on the edge of this thing and you're just like, what have I gotten myself into?
And that is a natural 15, but that is 19.
You shake it off and you're like, no, I'm Edric from England. I'm this. Okay, well, this should frighten me, but no, this doesn't frighten me at all.
I've heard of worse stories.
Yes, anything else, Edric?
That's all I can know.
Borinth, you see Simon in the gullet of this thing. He's just
You've
like
been there before.
slipped into its mouth, and you're hovering over it. Mattias is jabbing away with his sword.
I have no
What are you
vision
doing?
of him. I have no vision of him at all.
I just said.
I just entered the
killing
mouth.
me. I just said
I'm just
yes.
saying, is he like
you see him
see some
in
fingers
its
hanging out
mouth.
of it,
Nobody listens to me.
You just got
No,
a
I
foot. There's
thought
a
you
foot
meant
hanging
I
out.
saw you go in. I didn't know I could still see you.
Okay, you still see Simon in the mouth.
Oh crap! All right, I'm gonna.
What do you do?
I'm gonna reach in, grab Simon, pull him out.
Okay, you reach in. Give me a strength check.
A check? Not. Okay, yeah.
It's not a save. Yeah,
Okay,
you're not saving against anything.
20, a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You got a hold of him and you're going to try and yank him. You managed to yank him right out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to strike at one of you guys. And he reaches up and strikes at you, Borinth. And he just sits there using it as you kind of like drag him away. And he just tries to chomp at you. And lousy rolls. A 3 plus 12, 15.
That misses.
15. Whoosh, these teeth. As you yank him out, these teeth just swoosh.
And I will use 20 feet of my movement while carrying Simon.
Okay.
And drag him over onto the stone.
Okay, you drag him over onto the stone.
Fireman carry him.
Understood.
Still got him.
You can
That
drag me.
is Borinth.
And I'm going to turn around though. I don't want to face that way.
Understood. Simon, you are up.
It's nasty in there, right?
You need a bath.
Ah!
Oh, shoot a firebolt at it.
Fireball.
That was horrible!
12 to hit.
A 12. It slams into its armor and it kind of spreads out from there.
I'll take a couple more steps back. Around this side.
There you go.
Okay, that's Simon. The opponents are up. It's got one. Mattias, you see this hideous head of this large creature turn, look at you. Its mouth agape, and it like lunges at you. And
Matthias just grimaces. I've seen far fouler things than you.
A 16. Does that hit you without your armor? No. Are you wearing your?
Oh, 16.
I think he's wearing his armor.
Right, without my armor.
Yeah.
Right.
He hasn't called it back yet. Takes
Without
an
my
action.
armor,
He's just gonna pull that.
the armor class is just 10 plus dexterity, right?
Yep. That hits.
Yeah.
13. So yes, it hits you. Give me a strength save, sir.
Strength save, okay.
No, a strength check.
Strength check, okay. 21.
21. You take. You manage not to get swallowed. You feel these teeth bite into you, and you take. 26 points of damage.
Wow.
What? Wow, what?
26 points in
I'm down to 11 hit points again.
Okay. These teeth just clamp down and it just barely managed to not swallow you. That is the opponents. Mattias, you are up. You're on the ice. You're the only one on the ice near the hole. The others ran toward this small island monument. What are you doing?
Well, I'm still clamped in the teeth, right?
No,
you're not clamped. You're free.
Okay. In that case, Matthias will do one last parting shot, swinging at the thing's eye.
Oh, I'm not sure it has an eye, but you swing where you think an eye would be.
21 to hit.
A 21 does hit, and you like jam it right near its where the carapace and the jaw come together, and you find a fleshy point, and you strike home. Roll your damage.
And that's 16 damage.
16 points of damage, and it still looks pretty ferocious.
And then, kicking myself away, I rush over to join the rest of the crew.
Okay, it is going to take a strike at you as you relieve its and a 15. He does manage to bite at you again.
He put his armor on.
Roll a strength. Give me a strength check, please.
Yeah. 28.
28. Oh, you manage. So, and he does.
Well, if he does too much damage.
No, wait, not 28. 22.
22, still good enough. 9, 8,
how much health he has.
9, 8, 17, 18, 5. You take 23 points of damage.
Okay. I'm unconscious again.
So you're like running. You feel this thing bite at your legs, and you're running, and all of a sudden you like fall unconscious, and you go flying forward across the ice and sliding across the ice. You guys see Mattias come sliding, just like sliding across the ice towards you. That is Mattias. Elderic, you're up.
I'm gonna run right at him, and I'm gonna pull out my healer's kit, and then I'm going to just start packing the wounds that he's got, and I take a little bit of something I found and just snap it underneath his nose to get him to snap awake.
Okay.
So you are stable, and you have 1 hit point, and I used the bonus action to do that. For my action, I'm going to try to drag him away from...
Okay, give me a strength check, please.
Yep. Natural 20.
Natural 20. You managed, I don't know how you found the strength. You managed to drag him up onto the platform there.
Oh, no, I'm hoping it doesn't get an attack of opportunity.
No, well, Mattias slid far enough away from it.
Okay.
He got,
Slid across the
he had his attack of
he already used his
opportunity.
reaction anyway.
He did, he used his attack of opportunity. And then Mattias like slid away when he didn't get swallowed.
Okay.
That is
my
Edric.
turn.
Borinth, you are up.
Okay, I am going to use my Channel Divinity, and I'm going to cast Abjure Enemy.
Abjure enemy.
So I'll grab onto my holy symbol, my bear claw around my neck, and I'm going to focus in on him, and he has to make a Wisdom saving throw of DC 14.
Oh, there's no
On a failure, he is frightened, and his speed is reduced to 0.
There's no way. He's got plus 0. 16. Wow. Why couldn't I get that roll before?
Okay. That didn't work. Okay. I'm going to. I'm not going to run out there and attack him.
No, man.
I'm going to just hold my action. If he comes in close, I'm going to hold my
Okay,
action.
understood.
Oh, that was my action. Never mind.
Understood.
That was my action.
That's Borinth. Simon, you were up. The opponents are on deck.
I'm going to start to investigate the base of the statue to see if there's any way to get inside.
Okay, roll me an investigation check, sir.
A 20.
Wow.
Dirty 20.
Wow. Okay. Give me 1 second here.
You're so close. You should just get walking.
Well, it's not to scale.
I know. I'm just.
Just get walking.
Okay.
Damn fog.
You look up at it, and it's very old stone. It looks like this has been here literally 1,000 years, and so the stone. It is a stone man-made structure that looks like a tower of some sort with a large statue up on its surface. And you're feeling around it and looking at it ever so carefully. And then all of a sudden you come across, there are a series of names written on it that say, but Badvis, Frizi, Sigambri, Marci, Usapeti, Kadi, Tansitari, Kadi, Mariasi. And they're like in some kind of strange pattern on the surface. And next to each one is a hole right below it. And so there's all these names, and it's really difficult to make out. It takes you probably more than 6 seconds looking at it. But that's what you quickly see, and that's probably your turn. That's Simon. The opponents are up. This thing disappears beneath the surface, and for a moment, everything seems to have stopped. It disappears beneath the surface, and to the extent that you can, you see it kind of moving around every once in a while, glimpses around underneath, and you've got this big hole right over here, if that makes sense. So we're kind of out of combat for the moment. Mattias, well, we're out of combat. What are you guys doing?
I'm looking at everybody to see how everybody's doing. I know that Mattias is messed up, so I'm going to give him a little bit of healing.
Okay, for Tom's benefit, how many hit points is Jess at?
3.
3, wow. Edric?
28.
28, wow. Brian?
103.
Wow, really? Okay, Mattias?
You're the meat shield, bro.
I'm sorry?
1.
1. Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna spend 3 charges of my healer's kit. So roll 3d6 and add 12.
3d6 plus 12.
Yep,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do the same for you. Exactly the same.
3d6 plus
12.
You should have brought more
So
healing kits.
I'm up to 26. You have my thanks, healer.
Well, that was fun.
Oh, trust me, this is an everyday occurrence. Though I wish that it wasn't so regular that I would be rendered unconscious due to loss of blood.
Yeah.
Or general shock.
Where are you guys at?
I'm at 15 now.
You're at 15 now. What are you at now, Mattias?
26.
That's rough.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Where are we?
I mean, it would probably be safe to, like, stay here overnight, right? Can we
I
sleep?
don't know.
I'm gonna just kind of take a look around to see what's in general just around us. Make sure we're not.
You look around you, you're on a huge ice lake. It is very, very foggy right around this area. The statue is up, this structure. Where are we here, Tom? Well, the structure towers about 30 feet up. And then, I mean, you could make it out from a distance, but it's kind of hard to see from right here. But you know that there was some kind of another statue on top of it that was probably another 10, 15 plus feet up above that. Immediately around it, you're on a very, very small island, if you will, in the midst of this frozen lake. You can't see the shore from where you are. It is a thick fog. It's probably it varies, sometimes as low as 15 feet, sometimes 30 feet visibility. You hear bird-like creatures up above you, but you don't actually see anything at the moment. Does that kind of describe it?
Is there? It's just a wall goes straight up. Is there any like area, like from where the rock goes up? Is it flatten out before the statue, or is it just as rugged as is the area just as small as that?
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
much.
looking at the map. It's almost like it doesn't go up and then down at all. It's just kind of.
May I see the image?
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's good. That should be,
Thank you.
Yeah, that should
Thank
be
you.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom made this
Okay.
one. An
Okay,
artist
no,
made
I
this
just-
one for me, and
Wow.
this is. I can't make the island.
No, that's-
Can't make it look exactly the same.
Okay. So here's my thought: is we need you to try to figure out how to get into this thing. I mean, you're the smart one.
There seems to be a riddle.
Okay, so let's focus on that, right? And then we can take we can take a short rest here?
Maybe.
What is it he needs to figure out?
On the back side there appears to be a puzzle of some sorts. It has many names. Some of them are familiar. Usapeti was one of the Germanic tribes that Drusus laid down. There are other names
They
around that are probably
one
other
moment.
tribes.
Matthias struggles to his feet and tries to walk. Tries to go over to look and see this. The wall with the names on it.
Okay.
So I speak Latin, and I'm going to do a history check. Not a history check. I would like to see if I can recognize any of these names on this stela or,
I think
statue or whatever it is. I would like to see if I can.
I think we
place
need
any of
to
it.
select the tribes that he defeated, perhaps. Some names may be false and others may be true.
Perhaps, but without examining it, I can't
do we
determine
select?
whether I see any pattern.
How do we
I
select
mean, my
them?
own knowledge of the period is
Holes.
imperfect,
What do you do with
certainly.
holes?
Put your
I,
finger in it?
I only know what
Go for it.
the great scholars of ages long gone saw fit to write. But what
Yeah.
little I know may be of some
Seems a
assistance.
little-
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, let us work together and try to decipher this.
Do we have all the
Might
names
as well.
again? Do you have the names? No, do we have the names again? How do we know what these names are?
The names are Botvi, Batvaie, Freezy, Sigambri, Sigbri, Marcy, Marsi, Usipeti, Usipeti, Kati, Catti, Tensiteri, Tencteri, Caddy again, Catti, and Mattiaci, Mattiaci.
Well, I recognize some of these just at a glance, simply because some of them survive in the names of areas that are still around. Batavia, for example.
Well, we know Drusus defeated both the Usipeti and the Tensinati. I know he laid down other tribes, but I do not know which
the
one.
which ones? Which one was the second one?
Usipeti and the Tensareti.
The Terteri.
Yeah, sure. We know that he defeated both of them, but are there more on this list? Let us try to remember.
Well, I can see if I remember anything about Drusus. The name is unfortunately not uncommon.
Yeah.
Romans tended to be very unimaginative with their names.
No. Mattias and I will work together, crushing our brains to try to figure out if we can figure out which tribes Drusus defeated.
Roll a history check. With disadvantage, with advantage, so even straight up. Whoever's rolling it.
Oh, straight up. Oh, okay. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Take it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
Hey, don't, yeah.
Don't knock it.
You know that they're tribes. That they're tribes that were defeated by. You rack your brain for a few moments, and you know that they're tribes, and you think that they were all defeated by Drusus at some point. You're like you look at them and you're like every single one of these was defeated.
That just makes things more complicated. If I'm remembering correctly, all of them were subjugated by him.
Why would?
But then, what would perhaps it's the sequence. Or
Perhaps. What?
because the Catty appear twice.
Exactly.
Perhaps the only things I can think of. Now, this is from me, and I'm not a genius scholar or anything. I am simply a nobleman who has learned a little bit of history. The nearest thing I can think of is that perhaps the puzzle has something to do with the sequence or with some sort of token or trophy that was left behind that there were multiple of that were set into this at some point. Well, I'm going to take a closer look at the holes. What can I discern about that?
They look like they're just probably about 3/4 of an inch to an inch around. It's weather beaten from, you're guessing, a very, very long time this has been here. They're just rough holes that go fairly deep. You can't see inside. There's nothing visible inside. Just a dark hole.
I'm gonna stick an arrow in one to see how far in it goes.
Okay, it goes in so far. I assume you take the tip off because it's probably not gonna. You take it and you feel pressure against something at the other end.
Okay. I tell them that it's like this is what I got. This is about how far it goes in. There's something in there.
So there is a point where these openings end. But the question is, what exactly is the intent? Is the goal to find? Try taking it out and try one of the other ones. See if it has a different depth.
I'd do that. I'd see if it goes in farther or less as far as the other one.
It goes in, and you can feel like pressure against something.
Okay, same distance.
Yep.
Okay. It seems to be it's the same distance, but it's almost like there's something there. I can try pressing hard if you want me to.
Only if you feel comfortable doing so. We're walking in unknown territory.
Which one do you press on? Which one was the first one you pressed on? Which is the second one you pressed on?
I assume they went in order, so I
Well, they're all in kind of like a random pattern.
So I would have pressed them probably in the order that you gave them. So, Bat V.
Okay.
Was the first one.
Nothing happens.
And Freezy was the second one.
Okay, nothing happens.
Wait.
While they're talking, I'm
Perhaps.
gonna dig into my pouch and I'm gonna take out a vial and I'm gonna start rubbing oil of ethereal mist all over my body.
Ooh.
And that takes about 10 minutes while they're doing that.
Perhaps it is a question of adding pressure in the correct order.
I just go through the rest of them and press to see which one clicks, or whatever happens.
Okay, eventually you find one that clicks. You find Usapeti eventually clicks.
Okay. I wait a minute just to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
What was the other one? Usapeti was one of the ones you mentioned, right?
Yeah, Usapeti and the Tenserati.
So try the Tenserati one. or whatever.
I do that one. I go to that one next. Press it.
Nothing happens.
Those were the names that were inside of the helmet.
Oh, really?
Mikolash
No,
has.
it doesn't help that he's not here to see what.
I guess I just start going through the order again.
So when you say going through the order, what do you mean?
I go back to the first one that I pressed. And,
Okay,
so I press Drususstein.
Okay.
Just to make sure that it's still set.
Okay.
And then I press Bavati.
When you press Drususstein again, it feels like it reset, and you press but Vatvi, and nothing happens.
Yes, so it's definitely something about the order. I imagine that the combination is the order in which these tribes fought Drusus and were brought to heel under the Roman yoke.
When I was
so I imagine that. So since there are two of the Cati, that means that one of them will likely that this is not just the tribes, but the conflicts themselves that he won. So,
as Mattias is trying to figure this out, my Ethroness kind of takes over, and you kind of just see me like turn into like a mist.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
I walk straight through the.
Did he just turn into a ghost?
He did.
Okay.
Where all the signs are, and I'll just.
He's got some weird.
Walk right there.
Okay, hold that thought.
I have no words.
You stumped Mattias. Mattias has no words.
I'm just waiting for Mattias to stab me.
Yeah.
That's it. You're a witch! That's it. That's
You're
gonna be the end.
tempting him.
You travel through. You go through the stone.
Wherever those symbols are that we're working, I'm just gonna walk straight through.
You travel through, and you don't get anywhere immediately. You find yourself in the middle of the stone, and you're right in the center of it, and it's like darkness all around you. I mean, you could continue through to the other side, you could go up through the statue, or you could go down. Or you could go right and left, too.
I mean...
You're like...
How big is the base?
It's about 30 feet around. Or whatever, I don't know.
I mean,
5, 10, 15, 20...
about
30 feet around.
I'll continue straight to see if anything opens up in front of me.
You go through and you come out on the other side.
I go back in and I try to go down.
You go back in and you go down. And you just keep going down and down and down and down. And how far do you go? I mean, how long do you take to go down?
I'll go down for like 20 minutes, I guess.
Okay, you go down 20 minutes, and eventually
1 hour.
you end up in a very small room. You just come out down into a room itself, and come over this way. Nobody else will see this.
Secrets.
Whispers.
Meanwhile, on the surface, I am.
Click.
Does anyone feel like it would be completely unjustified if I stabbed him when he got back up here?
It's got doors.
I mean, considering how many healing supplies I used on him, I kind of would be a little upset.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody having fun?
Just wait for him patiently. Yeah.
Well, I'll let you. What are you doing? So there you are.
I want to look around to see if there's any kind of... I can't grab it now, but I want to see if there's any kind of release that will...
You don't see anything. You look around this space and you don't see anything immediately. I mean, you see two huge doors that look like they were carved back in the days of yore, and there's a giant eagle spread across the doors with a seam down the middle, and it's a very regal looking eagle with its wings in a vertical pattern and its head turned to one side.
Roman.
I'm sorry?
That's pretty Roman. A little bit Roman. I will just go to the doors and kind of like push my head through and like look around.
to see what I see behind.
Okay,
the
you
doors.
push your head through and you look around, and beyond you see what looks like a bridge spanning off into the darkness, going across a cavern.
I'll head back up because I'll probably use this for about half an hour, and I got about a half an hour left. It's going to take me 20 minutes to get back up, so I'll start heading back up.
Okay, understood. So you pop out on the island
Yeah.
with the others?
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah,
right
come
there back out with the rest of the group.
Yeah, and it wears off, and
Okay, understood. Understood. Guys, you having a good time?
absolutely.
Guys, we're going to pause there. Going to pause there. Everybody had a good time?
Yeah.
Huzzah. Oy, 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 oy. I hope Mikolash, Chris is okay. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Hi.
I wouldn't look at it now.
Okay, understood. Got it. I understood. We'll see how that goes. Understood. Guy, let's go around the table. Jess, what was your highlight?
Oh man, this might be one of my favorite sessions as a wizard. Forcibly
Then imagine
making
why.
the party make horrible decisions because I am completely confident that I can do it and get them out. And I mean, we did end up.
did it.
I mean, we ended up where we wanted to end up. Whether or not it was the best course of action, whether or not I should have used almost all my spell slots getting us there, will remain to be seen. But damn, it was enjoyable.
Oh, good.
It's a little outside the box. I had nowhere. I had no idea what to do when we got to the end of the temple. I was just like, or the tunnel. I didn't want to go back out. Maybe the best thing to do was to go back out, but that's usually not how we work.
No.
It was the time. And,
Well, 'cause
and it worked. I mean, it worked eventually. I don't know what you had in mind as far as us getting out of there, but we found a way out. That's all I'll say.
I mean, I always have a plan, but it doesn't mean that
Yeah.
it works out the way I think it's going to work out. And it didn't tonight, I'll tell you that. It didn't tonight. But that's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
It was fabulous.
Thank you for the adventure log and hooks.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate it. 2,000 experience. Nick, welcome. Did you have a good time?
I did. That was a lot of fun.
Are we going to see you again? Lie here.
Yeah.
And then you can tell me.
I'm definitely coming back.
Okay.
I didn't kill him on his first session.
Yeah, I didn't die.
This is
That's
true.
uncommon.
Although it definitely seems like you guys were trying to.
You didn't even go unconscious.
You seemed like we were trying to kill you?
Well, it seemed like they were trying to kill me.
Oh.
No,
Hey, let's dig through the wall underneath a lake.
Listen, if I was going to, I would have.
I tried to rescue Swimmer you out of the ice water.
Which I greatly
like 3
appreciate.
times.
However, I also stopped you from dying on a couple of occasions,
That's
as
very-
well
that's
as
very
patching
true.
you back up.
Very true. Very true.
I mean, I could have done all of that, but you know, I'm just kidding.
Not as well. Not as well. It's hard
Not
to
as
get-
well as
Not
true.
really.
It's hard to get smacked in the face.
One
with
hit point at a time. I can do it.
The healer's kit. How many times can a person have a healer's kit put on them?
It doesn't say how many times that one person can have it put on them, but I only have 10 uses per kit.
And how much is a kit?
One kit is... Let me find out.
30 or
No, it's only 5 gold pieces per.
It's pretty cheap. So, and how much does each one do?
10. 10 uses.
So I have 10 uses. Each use, if I use it with just the feet, it's 1d6 plus 4.
Okay. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's basically unlimited healing. Okay, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the first aid thing is
it's
what was
unlimited low-level
really
healing.
Okay.
Yeah, the first aid was the one that got like a lot of healing earlier on, but I can only do that on one on one person I can only do that to them once per long or short rest.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to create a scenario. I'm going to be upfront, and I don't want to nerf it, but at the same time, I don't want a scenario where these guys have literally 20,000 plus gold. I don't want a scenario where Edric is going into the dungeon with
I mean, they are heavy.
a train load. Okay, so
I can only,
but
I can
you
only
understand.
carry so many.
You understand
we
where
have a cart.
you're clear where I'm going with this, right?
Only if
Yeah.
we're-
Okay.
only if
So
we're traveling with it.
as long as we're clear where I'm going with it. Sounds great. We use a level difference bonus. So 4,500 on the level difference with 1,500. So you get 6,000. You should have popped at least 4th, if not 5th level.
So I'm at 6,000 right now.
No, 6,000 more plus
6,000.
6,000.
6,000 plus what you are at 30.
So I'm at 7,500.
Yes, you're at 7,500. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'll figure out what my level is, and then I will roll my hit dice accordingly.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad you had a good time. Hope we see you again. Brian, did you have a good time?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was your highlight, sir?
I just love all the magic. Just all the ridiculous magic that Jess is doing. I love it. He got us out of there.
Yeah, he sure
Whether
did.
he knew or had a clue that it was going to work. That was great. I also love the fact that Mattias just would forget to put his armor back on. This is blowing my mind.
Well,
It's
it
just
was
like,
a-
put your
it was
armor
a
back on.
pretty
We were
chaotic
attacked
situation.
immediately after.
It
getting
was
out of
very
water.
chaotic. It was a very chaotic situation.
But no, it was fun. It was fun just trying to get out of there. It was crazy.
It was awesome.
I thought we were all going to just die in there. I'd given up hope.
1,500 experience points. Reiner, what was your highlight?
Honestly, just the sheer amount of chaos that happened this time. Like, and I could just imagine Matthias just groaning the entire time at each new turn into what he deemed as insanity.
Well, very cool.
It was the entire scenario was just very fun overall.
Well, good. I'm glad you were able to make it. 1,500 experience points. You should be wickedly close.
He's real close.
Actually,
He is real close.
You're at 118,389.
7, 8, 9.
Is it 7? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that brings me up to 120,289.
Ooh, that's 13.
Woohoo! Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
Ooh, well, that's going to help everybody else out. So don't forget to
So can he level before I get my...
Did he level first?
go around the table. Hit points. Jess.
15.
15. Nick.
28.
28. Brian. 103.
103.
And Maddie is 26. Spells remaining. Jess.
1 first. 1 fourth. 1 sixth.
You get.
Well, you're upset I still have a 6th level spell left?
No, I'm not upset at all. I'm just, you guys, you got some hit points, but you're, okay, all good, guys, all good. I had a great time. Thank you very, very much. Wrap this up here if I can get this darn thing working here for a moment. Oops, wrong one. It would help if I use the right mouse, Tom. There we go. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Oy. Thank you for watching Seven Sided Die's Carpathian Adventure. Again, we would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. That's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. Please patronize them via the @Yenu Draws on Instagram, @Yenu on Tumblr, and patronize Silky Noir on DeviantArt. Please comment in the Twitch chat room, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. While we do this strictly for fun, please let us know how we might improve the stream. Lastly, please follow us on Twitch and on Instagram. Please like on Facebook and on YouTube. And please subscribe. Please subscribe on YouTube. I think we're at 480-ish. As we leave you, indulge. I'm going to do this. It has nothing to do with anything that happened tonight, but I'm going to... as we leave you, please indulge my periodic diatribe. I play Dungeons & Dragons in an online game every other week, the opposite week from this, the Carpathian Adventure. It consists of a DM plus 4 players. I'm one of the 4 players. Our last session, one player was on holiday with his wife. Several weeks prior, he told us he would be away. All good. With me, there should have been 3 players remaining. Still awesome. However, the other 2 players were no-shows. Not cool. Not their first time ghosting us either. Doubly not cool. Our DM posted a message in our Discord chat directed at them that said, "Are you guys coming?" ? No response. 1 player remaining. Me. The DM and I chatted for the better part of 40 minutes. He admitted he's too much of a softie. I agreed, then bit my lip. The following day, I spoke with some other folks regarding this incident. Apparently, and unfortunately, it's not uncommon, particularly in online games. What the heck? It's not uncommon for players to ghost their DM and their fellow players? Hey, I get it. We play for fun, and real life sometimes intervenes. I also get that some folks just might not be up for a session on a given night. They might need a night off. But a no-show with no communication? Why is that acceptable to some folks? In my opinion, it's not acceptable. Committing to something and not showing without communication is incredibly disrespectful. Doing so demonstrates a lack of concern for the time the DM invested to prepare a session for you. It demonstrates a lack of appreciation for the time everyone else dedicated to participate. It demonstrates an indifference to the other family members and things that everyone else at the table set aside to participate in the session. It says, I value my time, but I don't value your time. Back to our online group. The DM later discovered that one of the 2 ghosters was playing a video game called Pathfinder Kingmaker Definitive Edition. I don't know what it is. It sounds like a cool name. That was during our D&D session. His status was clearly indicated in Discord. Totally not cool. The next morning, the other ghoster posted, quote, "Sorry guys, I overslept," unquote. Again, for neither ghoster was this the first time. Without a real wake-up call, I suspect it wasn't going to be the last. But keep in mind, I'm not the DM. I'm just a player at the table. Our DM? He's a nice guy. In my opinion, often too nice. However, enough was enough, even for him. We are judged by our actions, not our intentions. The ghoster's actions were unacceptable. Our DM booted both from the group. I applaud his decision. At the same time, we're down to 2 players. There may or may not be another session. However, at the end of the day, we play D&D for fun. With that, no D&D is better than bad D&D. I will end my diatribe there. Always remember, in the Carpathian adventure, the journey is the destination, and we will continue the journey, if anyone shows up, in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die and have a great night.
Play some Dungeons & Dragons! Huzzah!